much as the lights come up here at the MCI Center, the new home of the Washington Capitals. We get set for game one. Brian Engblom joins us. Brian.
The Buffalo Sabres are going to have to worry about the top two lines of the Washington Capitals. Juno, Oates, and Bellows have been absolutely terrific in these playoffs. Michael Pekka, the top defensive center for Buffalo, will probably get that job. But what about Peter Bondry? He scored 52 goals this season. He's on the second line. He's probably going to see a lot of Zhitnik and Schmelik back on the defense. But Buffalo will probably not hesitate to make any changes. The chess match is on, Gary.
Dan Marawelli, our referee. Kevin Collins, Dan Shakti will be calling this game. Who's favored?
Well, we'll wait and see how the goaltending shakes down, but I still think that Bondra is going to be one of the deciding factors in this series. He can win it if he plays to his capabilities for the Washington Caps and scores, but don't underestimate Buffalo. I mean, the Buffalo Sabres may be a no-name team except for Dominik Hasek, but they've learned how to believe in themselves, and now they can also score.
And we are underway. Adam Oates took the face-off. It'll be taken by Buffalo in the win. Curtis Brown was at center on the draw. Dumped back into the zone. The Buffalo Sabres in their dark road uniforms off the back of the net. Dominik Hasek looking in front. Shot on, deflected off the D. Not out of the zone, but it does roll through to center. Brian Bellows, what a story. Gets the first scoring opportunity of this Eastern Finals, rather. Third back out into the middle, knocked down. Sabres getting back onside. Right back down through the middle, knocked away. Joey Juno got a piece of that, and out of the zone. Oates with his high scoring line with Juno out there with him. That's an offside. Adam Oates trying to hold that one in along the blue, couldn't do it. The Dominator against Godzilla. That's what this one stacks up to be. Dominik Hasek, the Dominator.
The all-nickname series right here. Well, Dominik Hasek, if the Washington Capitals have their way, will face a lot of pucks. The Washington Caps were just killed on the shot clocks in their first two series against Boston and Ottawa. Guys like Peter Bondra, Esa Tikin, and Adam Oates. I mean, all of these guys have been asked by their coach, Ron Wilson, shoot, guys. You got to shoot more.
Nikolajin won the face-off. Got it off near side to Mark Tenorti. Tenorti sends it in. Tenorti and Kelly Johansson teamed up defensively for the Caps on this grouping. We were told before tonight's game, having a general conversation with Ron Wilson, the coach of the Capitals, he's not concerned about matchups, at least at the start of this game. You'll see how it goes. He's going to try and roll the lines over pretty much. Talaka trying to move it in, take it out. Pekka's got it. Michael Pekka cleared it up, looking back into the middle. This is the big transition game of Buffalo. They are young, fast, hungry. It's been hard to hold them down here over the last week. Both these teams have had an inordinate amount of time on. Rolled right through the middle. Only the goalie was there to knock it away. Sabres getting the chance on it. Brett shot that one wide by Dixon Ward. Ward was open in the low slot area. Buffalo's not played in 9 days. Washington has not played in 8 days. Question of the impact and the layoff in these two teams will be found out now.
And one of the reasons Ron Wilson, the Capitals coach, doesn't want to match up against Lindy Ruff's guys is who's it going to be tonight? I mean, that has been the story of the Buffalo Sabres, from their checking lines to the guys that are supposed to be their scoring lines. They've all played good defensive hockey. They have all contributed offensively, and this is a team with speed. The one advantage Buffalo has over the Washington Caps is their speed up front. Brian Holziger, Donald Odette, Michael Pekka, these guys can really fly, and they are loose.
And one of the problems Washington has had in the playoffs in the first 2 rounds, committing a lot of obstruction penalties. One of the reasons they are a veteran team, a little slower, doing things the old way. Hook, grab, clutch, hang on. They can't do that. And Wilson has told the Capitals they've got to get away from that here in this series. That'll be touched up on the icing call back in behind the net. The other part of the nickname netminders, Godzilla. And this was, as we said, long before the movie, he was given that nickname.
And you know, as calm as Olaf Kolzig has been, and anybody that's followed his career knows that that's a big transformation that he's gone through. This layoff had to create an adrenaline that just built and built and built. I know that he wants to face the first couple of shots, get a sweat on, get into the hockey game, and burn off some of the adrenaline.
He obviously has become the star here in the city. The 28-year-old, born in South Africa, raised around Canada, is a great story. Played youth hockey all over the place because his parents were involved in hotel management. So he moved all over the world, finally getting into Canada long enough to play youth hockey, and now obviously has made a great career out of it. Banked off the boards and into the corner. Caps able to hold it in. Todd Krieger banged up behind the net. Bob Budner put the hit on. Still against against the near side wall. That's a taken into the Capitals, one of the great late acquisitions. That one shot in wide of the net, chased down far side. Zednik over to get at the rookie. Richard Zednik, second among rookie scorers in the playoffs. Todd Krieger dumped it back into the middle. That's a taken and didn't have a shot. Tikkanen's become one of the leaders in a hurry on this club. Shot fanned on down low by Todd Krieger. Washington held it in for some scoring opportunities. Both teams will change it up on the fly here. 2.5 minutes into this first period. Each team starting out big defense. Not a shot on goal officially recorded yet. Cleared back out the center. Sergei Gonchar is being the big story for Washington. Number 55 is having a great playoffs. Leads this team with 7 playoff goals. Simon down the middle. Played to the near side. Simon hit Hasek. And here we go. Chris Simon, the rough, tough forward out there from the Washington Capitals, went by Dominik Hasek and flashed him a little elbow, and believe me, it was not unintentional.
No, he made it look pretty good, but I agree with you, Gary. He went for him when he was going by him after a pretty good move, and the arm went up right away. There was a penalty going to be called immediately on Chris Simon. I'll be surprised if this wasn't even out, because Mike Wilson jumped on top of Simon immediately. And that's a tough play for a defenseman. Do you go to the defense of your goaltender after the fact just to let a guy know you can't do that? Or do you get a power play right away? Look what happened. See, Simon got roughed up when he was down on the ice, so let's see what the calls are here.
This is an interesting start to this series, Bill, because the goaltenders have been such a flashpoint coming into this series. It will be interesting to see if both teams try and take a shot at the other's netminder.
Well, I can only imagine that they will. The Caps know they got to get traffic in front of Dominik Hasek, because if he sees it, he pretty well stops it. Olaf Kolzig, even when he doesn't see it, his positioning is so good and he's so big, he stops a lot of them, but still, they're really going to try for traffic and for rebound chances.
Well, there's our first penalty picked up here by Simon. The goaltender interference comes at 2:56, and here's what we were talking about. Washington picking up penalties, giving the opposition chances. The Sabres have had at least one power play goal in their last 8 playoff games. The last 9 regular season games, 1 goal in each. And you see here 14 goals in 9 playoff games. Buffalo's power play is number 1 in the playoffs. They are 14 for 56. They go up against the penalty killing team of Washington, tied for 6th. And a little trouble there. Only the goalie will hang on. Kolzig had a little trouble with a rebound on that one, and Buffalo will get the face-off in their offensive zone. Sabres get first draw on the power play.
And as hot as Buffalo's power play has been, I really think they're going to have to keep it going to get by Washington. The first 2 rounds, the Washington Capitals only allowed 9 even-strength goals. That's in 11 games. You can get something on them on the penalty kill. At least other teams were able to. Boston and Ottawa. Washington had the best penalty killing in the regular season. But just to show you that the playoffs are a whole different year, we showed you that graphic on Buffalo and how they caught fire when the playoffs started. Washington's penalty killing dropped off.
Both these teams have kind of turned around these specialty team numbers. Out through center in the power play. Gonchar shorthanded for Washington, back to get it. He'll clear it the length of the ice. Dominik Hasek knocked that one away. Both teams change up on their specialty team units here with the power play underway. Minute 16 remaining on the advantage. Buffalo Sabres have the power play, and they'll dump and chase. Couldn't get to that one in a hurry. That's a ticket and penalty killing unit, lost it in front. And Kolzig will cover. Kolzig had to reach out on the slow rolling puck, heading off on that glove side. Take a look at our Molson Ice League leaderboard. The netminders, how good have they been? Well, in the playoffs, the save percentage leaders, Kolzig is number 1. Hasek is number 2. Eddie Belfour number 3. And below that, you see their goals against numbers.
You don't see Tikkanen make many mistakes in his own zone, but he fanned on that one. Put it right on Holzinger's tape behind the net, who sent it out to Curtis Brown. The one thing the Sabres power play knows, talked to them this morning, they said Washington's going to come at us and pressure us way harder than either of our first 2-round opponents.
Donald Audette led them during the regular season with 10 power play goals for Buffalo. Again, they've got a chase. Alexei Zhitnik back to get it. Zhitnik, no goals, 3 assists in the last 9 playoff games, playing a point. Dumps that one in on the hard around to the far side. Kick back in behind the net. Buffalo will try and get it set up there. There you see the Capitals. They're coming right out at the puck. Zhitnik the shot. That one wide. Attempted tip. Side of the net. Audette couldn't get a stick on it. Cleared up the near side. 33 left on the power play for the Sabres. And Washington's able to clear it out. Michael Pivonka got it out of the zone. Buffalo's Jason Woolley back to get it. Woolley's put up a ton of assists here. A goal and 8 assists in the last 7 games. He's got a 7-game scoring streak. Lost. Nikolajin comes with it. Nikolajin's got the trailer, dropped it off. Peter Bondra got knocked down. Nikolajin on the far side trying to hold it in, and he does. 8 seconds left in the Buffalo power play, but it's Washington with the puck. Nikolajin right through the middle, and Hasek will tip it away. Up the near side, Buffalo again having trouble coming out of the zone, and the power play is over. They do not convert, so the first power play chance for Buffalo, and the Washington penalty killers get it done. Dixon Ward trying to rush the zone, can't get through. Glove down, Michael Pekka, nobody there for Buffalo to pick it up. Pekka put the hit on, held it in. Václav, good play by Václav Barada. And Michael Pekka. This one will be chased at the other end. That'll be played by Hasek. Hasek, bad pass. Hit Juno's got to get back into the net. Adam Oates in front, but the pass never came through. Bill Housley held it in. Shot deflected in the high slot area, and the Sabres are able to clear it out of the zone. Capitals Joey Juno on the far side. Juno pretty good checking behind the play. Freed it up for Housley. Housley a big spin. Gets a new one and out from the hometown crowd. Chased down by Darryl Shannon. Great forechecking here. You've got to believe the Caps know that they've got to put pressure on early on Buffalo, because Buffalo wants to run and gun against them. Take advantage of their youth and their speed. Caps starting in this game, preventing that by putting on the big check. Chased down at the other end for the touch-up on the icing call. Brendan Witt, who just got there. Michael Grosek came up and tried to avoid that icing. Looked like he might have. You got to be a real fan when you're this close to the cup. They are.
Little trucks make for long weeks, but Dodge Dakota's bigger to lighten Monday's load. Its tough Ram looks make Tuesday more memorable. Its longer, wider stance smooths hump day right out, while its superior Magnum power makes Thursday fly. And voila, it's Friday. And better yet, the weekend. Dakota, for shorter weeks and bigger weekends. Now select Dodge and competitive owners get $500 owner's bonus cash on all new Dakotas.
Those of us on National Hockey Night and ESPN, do not forget what this Memorial Day weekend is about. This is the Vietnam Memorial Wall. There were long lines there today looking at the names for those who gave the supreme sacrifice. And we remember them and all of those that they left behind in this Memorial Day weekend. Kick back into the zone off the face-off win. Hunter Haddock could not get to it. Came back out through center. Barnaby's pass bounced up in the air. Matthew Barnaby, a great playoff so far. 5 goals, 5 assists, 9 games in the playoffs. Has gotten it done. Curtis Brown trying to move it up, and a penalty behind the play. Second whistle. This one will come against Buffalo, and the Washington Capitals will get a power play.
And Chris Simon evened it up. Remember, he took the first penalty, but he was the one that drew this one from Grosek. Got under his skin. Little poke. And now the Caps are going in a power play. Adam Oates a couple of minutes ago had a real good scoring chance in front of Dominic Hasek. Adam Oates is wired for sound tonight. There's the play Hasek made with the stick. Well, it was coming right out to Oates. Oates fired. Then when he went to the bench, he kind of described what happened to some of his guys.
I know, I missed it. No, I had it. I missed it.
You were all by yourself down in front of...
Adam Oates, 5 goals, 6 assists. And he has played red hot out there. Off the face-off power play. Roughing call on Grosek of Buffalo at 6:21. The Caps get the power play opportunity. For Washington, their power play is ranked second. You've got the number 1 and 2 power plays in the playoffs. 7 for 36. But Buffalo has been almost unscored upon on the power play. Gunshire tipped that in. Oates glove down by Hasek. That's one of the reasons Buffalo's given up only 4 power play goals in 59 chances in the playoffs.
Boy, you saw on this play a whole bunch of good things that the Washington Caps do. Adam Oates took the puck in the neutral zone and then really bumped it to show Juneau had a lot of speed. And then Sergei Gonchar has done it so well. Here's the play with Juneau coming from behind with a lot of speed. He was able to penetrate over to Gonchar, who joins the rush with the best of them and has done so in the playoffs. Great save ultimately by Hasek.
Owsley moves it into the middle. Shot! That one deflected wide. May have gone off Hasek. It was ripped so quickly by the boards, I'm not sure. Joey Juneau had the chance. Dumped it back down low. Oates is on the far side, trying to get it to Oates. Hasek blocking. Down low, Juneau again. Juneau goes back to the point. Housley's got a chase. Well, right away, you see what the Caps are doing on their power play. They are really rushing the net. They've got 3 guys down low, 1 in the low slot, and 1 on each post, leaving they've got to get rebounds off Hasek in order to score. Gonchar over to Housley. Housley the shot. That one ripped up blocker side and out.
You're not going to get many rebounds shooting like that. I mean, Phil Housley's got a great shot. When he shoots to score like that from a sharp angle and misses the net, here's what happens. The Caps have to rewind.
Power play still underway here for 44 seconds for Washington. Joey Juneau brings it in. Juneau centering pass deflected away and cleared out of the zone by Curtis Brown of the penalty killing unit. Held up at the other end by Kolzig. Kolzig leaves it back in behind the net. Essa taking it out there. Taking it coming over for 20 games after being with Florida. Had 2 goals, 10 assists in those 20 during the regular season. Pekka knocked it away. Sabres trying to kill it off at center. Dixon Ward just ragged it a bit, sends it in. Power play down to 15 seconds.
I'm not sure Dixon Ward knew who was back. The lone guy back defending. It was Asa Tikkanen who's out there on a point. Here he comes now offensively.
Tikkanen gains the red. Dumps it on the hard around. Hasek could not stop it. Near side, Daryl Shannon dumped it around the other way. Michael Pekka's there. Tikkanen coming over. Couldn't get there in time, and it was ridden out through center by Michael Pekka. Picked back up Peter Bondra. Power play over each team 0 for 1 on the power play. Centering pass, that one a little too close for Bondra, who got taken down, lost his helmet. Third back through center. Nice play to Barada. Vaclav Barada trying to move it in. Puck checked away from him off the near side wall. Good defensive play by Tenorti. Tenorti cleared it out. Both teams making changes on the fly here. Zidnik trying to move it in, could not. Richard Schmelik. Schmelik trying to get it up ice on the near side. It'll be banked in by the rookie Barada. In behind the net, Kolzig. Kolzig cleared it around, and Bogner cannot hold it in. 5-on-5 situation, no score. First period shots 3-2 in favor of the Capitals. Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Penalty coming up, and it's going to go against the Capitals' delayed call. Shot in, Kolzig will glove it. It was another one of those interference calls at center. A pick was sent up. Jeff Sanderson of Buffalo got leveled. Dan Maruelli saw it. Nicolaision will go. And when we come back, second power play of the game for Buffalo.
Milwaukee's best.
So, Al, when are we going to see your new line of clubs?
Tomorrow. Yeah. My guy's on his way right now.
So, Al, when are we going to see your new line of clubs?
It's already up.
There's business as usual, and there's e-business as usual. HP, expanding possibilities.
Unleash the beast. Unleash the beast. Unleash the beast, Milwaukee's best.
Go ahead.
Nicolaision gets the interference call at 9-10.
You know that part of the game plan for the Buffalo Sabres is to try to rough up Peter Bondra. He missed a couple of games. He was suffering post-concussion syndrome. Look at Dixon Ward here. Wrapped him once on the side of the head. Went for him again. Ultimately, Mike Wilson ripped his helmet right off. They're going to try him.
Power play here. Zaitan leaves it back out on top. Zhitnik playing the point, and Kolzig will hang on to that one. Olaf Kolzig on a centering pass there coming through the middle. Zhitnik on top on this power play. Looking for his first playoff goal. Only 3 assists in 9 playoff games.
But he can bring it. It's only a matter of time. 15 goals in the regular season. That's what I'm talking about. Alexei Zhitnik, especially, but it's amazing he hasn't scored with the way the power play has gone. You'd think he at least would have gotten 1 on their power.
Power play, the second one of the game for the Buffalo Sabres. And the Buffalo Sabres have used it to a huge advantage with those 14 power play goals they have picked up here in the playoffs. Short-handed, it'll be just dumped back out through center. Zhitnik's got to go back. These Buffalo Sabres have won their last 7 playoff games. They've lost only 1 in the playoffs. They are 8-1 the playoffs this year. Shot by Zhitnik, blocked out deep by Joey Juneau. Dumped back in behind the net. Audette will center it around the far side. Chatan is set up in that low slot area. A kick back to Gonchar and cleared out of the zone. Great play by Adam Oates. He got his stick caught in a skate, kicked the puck away, and they got it out of there.
He sure did. I thought it was a stick hold, then I realized it was an accidental one.
Yep, between the blade and the boot that time, and he was able to clear Curtis Brown. Brown trying to move it in, but they are offside. 55 seconds left on the power play for Buffalo.
You're kind of stuck in that position. You don't know whether you should let the stick go and just do it with your feet, or if the stick's going to come unblocked, kind of come undone. There it is. Dixon Ward was the guy that went down. Adam Oates still was able to get over. Made the good skate play. Then he twisted it around. I think that's Holzinger, not Dixon Ward. Ryan Holzinger.
He couldn't go anywhere either. Very hard to get up when somebody's got your stick stuck between the boot and the blade. Power play still underway here with 51 seconds remaining on the Capitals penalty, but the Capitals penalty killers will send it out. Ron Wilson saying before tonight's game to Bill and I, he still thinks they've got the best penalty killing unit in the National Hockey League. And he said, we may take some penalties, but we're not going to be afraid of that. We don't want to do that. We don't want to give Buffalo the power play. But again, we think we're #1 in that department. That's a ticket and looking for room to rag here. We'll get it the high foot and dump it out of the zone. All the way down to the other end. Dominic Hasek back to get it. 23 left on the power play.
Boy, this is Esatikinen's time of year. Ron Wilson knows that. You are going to see his face and his number on the ice a whole bunch in this series.
Great play by Oates to block that. Got it out. Blue line chance. Bondra deflected wide into the corner. Short-handed opportunity there. Oates again along the blue. Great job to hold it in. Tremendous stick handling. Adam Oates to Bondra. Backhander. Hasek knocked it away on the short side. Bondra got leveled in behind the net again. He's taken a couple of hard hits. Bill just said he's worried about that concussion problem, and in this first period, he's got reason. Dump back into Oates. Oates centered. Shot. Hasek knocked it away. Ended up in a 2-on-1 down low, and they could not convert. Back in shot. That one wide on the near side by Grosek. Grosek never got that shot on goal. Power play is over. We're back to 5-on-5. 2 chances, 1 at each end. 1 in a 2-on-1 and 1 with Grosek coming in on Kolzig wide open.
And neither team got a shot on goal.
Both may be so concerned about the other's netminder that they're going to just have to gun it on net and hope, rather than try and pick spots and end up not getting shots on net. 4 for the Capitals, 3 for the Sabres here in this first period. With 7:56 left to go, it is wide open run and gun period. Shot, that one goes wide by Barada, the rookie. Third back around the near side. Todd Krieger stepping up. Krieger will have to take it back in behind the net. Plays it wide side. Hunter is in the middle, leading the attack. Juneau. And Housley, who got hit. Now a penalty coming near side. What a shot on Todd Krieger as sticks got up in the air. It was Vaclav Barada of Buffalo with his stick up around Krieger's neck.
Well, this series looks like it's going to have a whole bunch of everything. Power plays, great goaltending, little bit of hitting now and again. Just ask Phil Housley.
This is one of those new Volvos with all-wheel drive, right?
Yes, it's our newest safety feature, designed to help keep you out of an accident.
So how come you don't put it on all your cars?
All our cars?
Like Subaru does.
Subaru.
Every Subaru we make comes with the safety of all-wheel drive. Every wagon, every coupe, every sedan.
So only one Volvo has all-wheel drive, but they all have cup holders.
Yeah.
Subaru, the beauty of all-wheel drive.
It's a thin line between newborn and stillborn, full-term and premature, between healthy and sick. If you're pregnant or think you are, getting prenatal care early is the most important step you can take. Don't put your baby's health on the line. Take care of yourself so you can take care of your baby. Find out now about getting prenatal care. Call 1-800-311-2229.
12:26, the interference call on Verada. So the second power play of the game now for the Washington Capitals. Each team has now had 2 chances. Faceoff will be coming out at center, and the draw is won by Adam Oates. Oates has been spectacular in faceoff wins. 53% of the draws he has won. And we'll be keeping an eye on those faceoffs tonight and who's doing what for each team. Brian England will have that in our spotlight. Bad hop in the corner as far as Buffalo is concerned. Took a Washington bounce, and they'll move it back out through center. Adam Oates waiting for his teammates to get on side. Didn't wait long enough. Offside call. Let's check in with Brian England right now. Brian?
Gary, in our Speed Stick Ultimate Hockey Night Spotlight, we want to show you face-offs, what actually happens at ice level, stick to stick. So many times it happens so quickly, we can't actually see. Watch these guys go at it. These are all defensive zone face-offs. Their reactions are so quick to the drop of the referee. But a lot of times, it's the second effort that makes all the difference. On this one, they both miss it, but the clearing shot at the end is what makes all the difference. And guys like Adam Oates, as you pointed out, Gary, are just terrific at it.
And we'll be keeping count of those face-off people tonight as far as what their numbers are. Joey Juneau dropped it back. Adam Oates again, dished it far side. Gone shot, deflected wide, Dominic Hasek. Oates, one of the greatest passes this game's ever seen, and in this first period, you've already seen him do it. Brian Bellows out there. That one deflected wide as Housley snuck in. Right down low. Washington coming in here, and Dominic Hasek on the power play. Set up in the middle. Juneau at a stick. Gunshot center. Deflected to Oates. He left it. Save made on Juneau. Adam Oates refusing to shoot. Tried to set up Joey Juneau, but he put it right into the midsection of Dominic Hasek.
Well, the Capitals really think they've got to surprise Dominic Hasek, and I think that's why Adam Oates is passing up the shots. But, hey, make no mistake about it, he's dishing off to guys that are in great scoring position. But the one thing the Cap talked about, they got to get the puck up on Dominic Hasek. There's a low shot. Here's the one where Adam Oates passes to Joey Juneau right along the ice. I mean, they talked about this. They even did drills, the Capitals did. In front of the net, just jacking the puck right up under the crossbar. Clank, 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 right up to the top of the net. They had 3 great scoring chances on this power play, and they've shot right along the ice. I don't get it.
Well, let's see whether or not they change that. Esatikainen drops it off. 50 seconds remaining on the power play for the Washington Capitals. Their second of the game. Zednik working along the near side. Got it back on top. Kelly Johansson shot. And the save made by Dominic Hasek again. Esatikainen, the intended, diving for it, could not get there.
You know, what the Caps are going to learn is that they will see open net low. They will see room along the ice. But by the time the puck gets there in a nanosecond, it's evaporated.
Exactly what Dominic Hasek has in mind. Centering pass battered away. Hasek looking out in front. Got some defensive help, but it's cleared out of the zone by Curtis Brown. Back it comes to Esatikainen. Power play is still underway, and for the second time on this power play, the Washington Capitals again are offside. 5:47 left. Scoreless first period in Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Our New Dodge Intermission report upcoming. Darren McCarty will be joining the guys live. The Western Conference Finals will be getting underway, and we'll have a review of that and the NBA Bulls and Pacers.
You know, I really think Esatikainen is at his best when he is cast in the role of a villain with an assignment. Problem for Ron Wilson and his coaching staff is finding that assignment for Esatikainen. I mean, it's tough to identify the threat. On a given night, it's a different guy that'll kill you for the Buffalo Sabres. So up until somebody really comes forward as a bona fide offensive threat game in and game out, Esatikainen is being asked to provide offense. But I don't think that's his best contribution area.
And not what he likes to do the most. He likes to get in somebody's face. And as Ron Wilson said before the game, as soon as we find a Buffalo player who's taking advantage, as he put it, of one of our people, that's where Esatikainen will be. Power play is over. Each team is now 0 for 2 on the advantage. Kelly Johansson will gun that one in. Dominic Hasek will play that one back in behind the net. Off the near side, Johansson could not get it. Held in by Zednik. Richard Zednik's centering pass just bounced back up in the air. Primo cleared it out of the zone. Near side, Buffalo back on the attack. Back over near side, deflected into the corner. Primo gave chase, couldn't get there in time. Puck loose along the near side wall. Primo going back the other way. The collision got there free. Nicolasian got jammed up. Jeff Sanderson came in to help. Sanderson centering pass goes off a skate to the near side. Zednik trying to clear that one up out of the zone, and Dodge Primo came back to get it. Both teams change it up on the fly. Not surprising, a lot of defense being played. The deeper you go into the Stanley Cup playoffs, the more defense you see and the tougher it is to score goals, especially when you've got these two in net with Hasek and Kolzig. Back the other way, both teams completing line changes. Primo's shot. Kolzig deflected it to the near side. Up the near side, Hunter tried to clear. He gets squeezed. Puck right there against the boards on him. Good play by Sanderson to dig it out. Sanderson ripped that one wide, trying to catch the charging Curtis Brown. Brown went to the corner. Puck deflected up and over the glass and out of play. No score. 4:11 to go in the first period. Dominik Hasek in net, sometimes known as Elastic Body. It's kind of the way he plays.
Announcing new savings from the new Dodge with up to $1,000 extra cash back on select Dodge cars, trucks, and caravans. That's up to $1,000 in addition to existing incentives, so you could save as much as $2,000. It's our way of thanking loyal Dodge owners and welcoming new ones, because this bonus offer is open to select Ford and GM owners too, but only for a limited time. The Dodge Owners Bonus. New savings from the new Dodge.
Well, moments ago, the Caps had a terrific scoring chance. Adam Oates with a pass to Joey Juneau. When they got to the bench, Oates explained to Juneau what he saw out there on the play.
I know. Relax. Way to pop in the slot. They weren't ready. You had a little more time. Obviously, you don't know that.
No, he wasn't being sarcastic there. I mean, when Adam Oates could see that nobody was really tracking Juneau down from behind. Dixon Ward was way out too high on the play, and Oates knew that, but Juneau didn't.
Couldn't see that. That's the old eyes in the back of your head you wish you had. Hunter cleared that one up, and it comes out of the zone. This will be chased down Buffalo. Richard Schmelik came back to get it. Schmelik lost it. Simon the shot. Dominik Hasek jammed up, and a big tie-up in front of the net, and a penalty coming. Alexei Zhitnik trying to take out the Washington players here as the Capitals continue to charge Dominik Hasek. They are looking for chances to play the body on him. It, of course, is illegal to get in there and do that sort of thing, but they're doing it.
This time it was Craig Berube. Buffalo had a chance to clear, but because Dale Hunter moved up on the play, Chris Simon was there, they kept it alive. But Craig Berube was complaining that Zhitnik pushed him in. He didn't push him very hard if he did. Look, Berube's already, oh gosh, you know, Berube was trying for the deflection. He had both feet firmly planted in the crease, so he didn't have much further for Zhitnik to push him before he hit the crossbar. And you know what? Hasek got up there and almost went at Berube and threw a punch at him until he took a quick look over his shoulder and realized there was a penalty being called and smartly backed off.
And that's just what Washington wants. They want to rattle Dominik Hasek any way they can. That's the whole idea of this. Hasek doesn't want any part of that. Berube, 16:06, the high sticking call. And we will get the third power play of the game coming up here for the Buffalo Sabres.
You know, you actually have to prepare Gary psychologically to play against Hasek, not only with a game plan physically, but, you know, Ronnie Wilson was talking about how he had to talk to his guys. Say, listen, don't get psyched out by this guy before we start. He makes a couple of great saves, and all of a sudden you're brainwashing and thinking you got to make the best play in the history of the NHL to score on him.
Yep. Buffalo power play. The number one in the playoffs goes back to work. 0 for 2 so far. Donald Audette. Audette with Joey Juneau on him. Kelly Johansson a piece of the puck. Michael Pekka also, but Adam Oates ultimately clears it out. Dominik Hasek again back. Now, we remind you with 3:27 left to go in this period. Remember, Olaf Kolzig, the Washington goaltender, comes into this game with 2 consecutive shutouts. And he's got another period here where he hasn't given one. What did he save from there? Kolzig! That is a tough save. It just squirted through some skates and ended up off the left leg.
That was a technique save. And Olaf Kolzig says the other guys on other teams say that they're hitting me. He said it bothers me because my job is to position myself to get hit. That's exactly what happened there.
Clears that one around the dasher. Power play opportunity still underway here. 59 9 seconds left on the Capitals penalty. That will draw the whistle as the puck was pinned up. Leaky over there along the wall. Lindy Ruff, head coach, first year. And our new Dodge final fact: the last conference finals for Buffalo, 1980. Lindy Ruff was a rookie player on that Buffalo team that year. He's now the coach. For Washington, 1990. They lost to Boston 4-0 the last time they made it here. And for Washington, it is only their second conference final appearance ever. It is the third conference final in Buffalo's history. Chased back by Darryl Shannon. Shannon back in his own end. Washington Capitals are short-handed, but they are forcing Buffalo deep and not giving the Sabres a chance to get this power play set up. And the Buffalo Sabres running out of time on it. That one again ripped off the mark. Alexei Zhitnik from the point, but they're not getting it on net. Pass intercepted. Nicolisian out of the zone. Short-handed Caps. Nicolisian leaves it. Came outside, so they'll rag it back into their own end. 25 seconds remaining on the Capitals penalty. The hard up by Riki goes off the dasher behind the net. Zhitnik came back to get it. Both teams making changes on the fly. Shots 8-5 in this period in favor of the Capitals, but nobody's gotten one on the board, and another bad pass. And Joey Junot clears it out. All this bad passing is being forced by the penalty killers of the Caps.
You betcha. They're taking away the lanes. Sometimes they force a guy. I mean, Buffalo, I think, at certain points can afford to hang on to the puck and not force it, because Washington, at certain points, will let you make the pass, but you can't hurry it.
So Buffalo, their power play ends, and they are 0 for 3 in the power play in this game, and we remain scoreless with only 1:40 left to go in the first period, and they'll wave off any icing. Dominic Hasek coming out to get it. Hasek started 58 of the last 64 games played by the Buffalo Sabres, and obviously he's going to start them all as long as he can here in the playoffs. Hasek left that one in behind the net. Wilson came back to get it, got tied up and knocked down. Puck will be whistled there, frozen against the boards.
Caps fans, show your support for the team. Stop by any of the souvenir booths.
Well, we talked about the contrast in the two goaltenders, Kolzig and Dominic Hasek. Here's Kolzig at his best. He had to wait for the puck to come through quickly down into the butterfly, but the thing that you notice, always look where his stick is. It is right down here covering up the 5-hole. With his spread of his pads, he goes post to post, and he actually has a 5-hole above his stick blade there. If the play, I think if he saw the play all the way through, he'd have his pads together, because we'll show you other saves. When Kolzig goes down, when he goes into the butterfly, there's very little 5-hole with the stick there between his legs. That time there was a little bit, but I think it was because he didn't see the puck until it came out of his defenseman.
Kolzig 2-2 against Buffalo lifetime, 2-1 this past season during the regular season. These two teams split the 4 regular season games 2-2, each going 1-1 at home, and obviously the same in the other's building. Back off the near side, lost it to Junot, intercepted again at center by Dixon Ward. Turning it back into the middle, Ward gets through, down low, doesn't have the shot, back away, Oates, rebound, shot, and save made again by Kolzig. Hard time getting into that middle, but they had the chance. So the shutout streak coming into this game was 149 minutes, 6 seconds for Kolzig. The last 2 games of the playoffs, he had shutout wins. He's shutting them out here in the first period. Here in this playoff year, you see Cujo had the lead in longest shutout streak in this playoff year at 166.54. Curtis Joseph now has lost that mark to Olaf Kolzig at 168.07 and counting. Godzilla reigns.
What a match. What a great match. Got Godzilla on the top, Zilla written across the chin.
His 24th consecutive start. We think that's more than any other netminder still around here with the 4 teams in the National Hockey League for consecutive starts. Kolzig let that one go. We're in the final minute here of this first period, and it is scoreless. Third back up to Todd Krieger. Krieger of the Caps controlled the puck off the wall long enough to find Johansson. He gets it in. Johansson heads to the net. Rolls in on Dominic Hasek, who plays it off the near side. Becca turned that one back up ice. Audette, rather, got it out through center. Kolzig at the other end holds it. Asatikin came back to help. Bad pass. Audette stepped up to hold that in. He'll pay for it, though, as he got level. Tikkanen and Fan trying to get it out. Kelly Johansson around the boards. Caps able to clear it out through center. Played there by Richard Schmeller. Audette looking far side as the Sabres wanted to change it up. Johansson again, the veteran defenseman, playing at a +9 in the playoffs coming into this game, and obviously still is. They wave off any icing. Dominic Hasek again going back. Hasek 14-12 career in the playoffs. Trouble getting that one out of there. Washington Capitals, good pressure down low. Peter Bondra, Nick Collision, both working over there to hold it in, but it did not result in a shot, and this period is over. Game 1, Eastern Conference Finals. Capitals and Sabres. Shots 8-6 in the first period in favor of the Caps, and the goaltenders rule because the score is zip. John and Barry.
All right, guys, thanks a lot. And a little bit of rust on both these hockey teams. For Buffalo, it's been 9 days since they played. For Washington, 8 days.
This much rust on a bike, you'd throw it away. I think the bottom line is Buffalo is an attacking team. They're a swarming team. You don't see that right now. They're not in defense forechecking the way they used to. Washington looks much better than Buffalo, but they've missed a lot of great scoring chances. That's usually a sign of rust also. Gonchar's moved in a couple times. Juno had a shot in the slot, so that's a sign of rust. Missing open chances and not being the attacking team that Buffalo was. So both teams will be better in the second period.
It's also a sign of Dominic Hasek, who played extremely well in that first period. Stick around. It's time for the New Dodge Intermission Report. When we come back, we'll have a chat with Darren McCarty of the Red Wings as he awaits to play Dallas tomorrow.
The two goaltenders were expected to dominate. In the first period, they did.
Yep, Kolzig was good, too. We mentioned that his nickname is Godzilla. Every nickname has its origin. Olaf Kolzig got his playing in the minor leagues in Rochester. Ole explains.
I came to the rink one day and there was a sign up in the building and says, try as you may, you're not going to beat Godzilla.
And the reviews rock. Newsweek.
It's kind of ironic how I'm having success now in the playoffs and the movie's coming out the same week. So if the movie does well at the box office, hopefully that's a good sign that we go further in the playoffs.
A great story on this guy named Godzilla. He was born in Johannesburg, South Africa. His family, of course, as we said, parents were involved in hotels. He moved around the world, got to Canada, played youth hockey, now comes into this, the Eastern Conference Finals, the #1 netminder for a team he wasn't supposed to be the #1 netminder for.
No. See that Washington got 2 rebound shots on Dominic Hasek. That's exactly what they want to try to do. You know that Buffalo's going to try and do the same thing, and they are starting them young here at the MCI Center. Look at all of that stuff. I mean, they've got the Godzilla mask attached to the Godzilla monster. I would like to have the Godzilla concession stand outside the building.
The more they win, the more they make. Jammed away at center to Juno. We are underway here in the second period. Played back in behind the net by Buffalo. Hasek was looking in behind there as Washington has come out in this game in the first period with some great checking. Intercepting passes. Oates again. Oates dropped it off. Oates set up 3 glorious scoring opportunities for Washington in the first period, but they were unable to convert. Shot on, score! Kolzig looked like he got down on that. Grosek coming down the right wing side. Looked as though the shot was seen. The shutout streak of Olaf Kolzig ends 31 seconds into the second period.
And I'll tell you what, Michael Grosek has turned into a big-time player in the playoffs, and he is not afraid to rub the other team's nose in it. He trash-talked against Philadelphia, against Montreal, and after he scored this, he went right to Sergei Gonchar and was right in his face. Here's the play. Grosek made a good play. He shot it wide of Kolzig on purpose because he thought he had Matt Barnaby right here going for it. Barnaby and Juno overskated the puck, and Gonchar was not tight to Michael Grosek, and he gives the Buffalo Sabres a 1-0 lead. Here's the good play right here. He looked, he knew he had Barnaby. Juno did a pretty good job on Barnaby, but Gonchar did not pick up Grosek, and I don't think Olaf Kolzig got down in time. He looked like he was in the middle of getting into the butterfly, and it went right under him.
Grosek now has 6 goals in the playoffs. This is a guy who had 10 goals during the entire regular season. One of the unsung heroes coming through here in the playoffs, and Buffalo's got a lead. That one ripped wide. Juno and down low. Bondra set up in front of the net. Down they go. Bondra gave chase, batted away up, not out of the zone by Barada. Held back in wide on Dominic Hasek. The Washington Capitals come right back the other way. Nicolaitan centered it. Bondra dropped it off into the corner, headed to the net. Down Nicolaitan. That one deflected. Nicolaitan again. He got tied up. Good tie-up by Zhitnik in front. Shot still not ending up going on net. Backhander. That one went wide. So Washington comes back in a hurry here. Michael Pekka jammed it away. Babonka could not get it, and neither can Kalle Johansson. They wave off any icing. It's got to be played at the other end. The goal unassisted. Michael Grosek first of the series, 6 of the playoffs at 31 seconds into the second period. And that takes care of the shutout that was being run up by Olaf Kolzig. Back near side. Shatan in. Shatan back. And shot. Covered up. D. Rebound. Scores. What an effort. Shatan, who hardly touched the puck in the first period, gives Buffalo a 2-0 lead.
On huge second effort. What a play. Brendan Witt was trying to help Olaf Kolzig out because Kolzig was absolutely face down on the ice. Great move by Shatan to get in. The first one hit Kolzig's pad, and you can see the guy doing the splits is Brendan Witt. He was trying to cover with Kolzig. Neither got the puck, and Shatan, instead of spinning out and going into the board, stopped, came back, and got his own rebound. What a play. A couple of super moves by Shatan. One to get loose to get in this far, and in this one, to stay alive, to fight for it, and to get it, and to give Buffalo a 2-zip lead. How about it?
That was Brendan Witt, who was trying to clear that puck out and just could not get the body or stick there to knock it away. And the Buffalo Sabres jump out to a 2-0 lead in this here in the second period in the first minute and a half. Todd Krieger clears it up. Played back by Buffalo. Buffalo Sabres. A big jump here to start this period. Brendan Witt. And that really quiets the crowd here in Washington. Sabres. That'll pick them up. Ray sends that one right back into the zone. Shatan's goal coming at 1:55 after Grosek had scored at 31 seconds. Brendan Witt cleared it around. Both unassisted goals. 5 in the playoffs now for Shatan. Krieger's shot. That one ripped wide as well. The first even strength point of the playoffs for Shatan, as he had 8 points previously, and every one of them had come on the power play. Not that one, and a great second effort to get it in. Grosek able to hold it in the zone. High slot, bouncing puck couldn't be handled. Donchar came over and drove it out through center, chased down. Buffalo's got to get back on side. Washington wanted to change it up here. Whistled far side. And the face-off will come at center. 2-line pass. 2-0 Buffalo.
Anyone throwing objects is subject.
Here's an update on our top story. Police now confirm the Bud Ice Penguin has been captured. Authorities say it is now safe to serve Bud Ice. That's right, just bring it all out in the open there. Nothing to worry about, everything's fine. And now, back to the music. Doobie, doobie, doo.
Drink Bud Ice, but beware the penguins.
Even though Dodge Ram is the bright red gold standard of pickup trucks, we're always improving things. We've made our available Magnum V8s even more powerful. We've improved the already world-class interior. In all, we've made 130 improvements to the Ram lineup since introduction, including this one, our new flow-through ventilation system. New Ram Quad Cab. Lease a Ram regular cab for $214 a month with owner's bonus for select Dodge and competitive owners.
So far, Michael Grosek is one of the Buffalo Sabres' big game players tonight. We'll show you the goal real speed. We'll just see what Grosek does after he gets congratulated by his guys over on the boards. Skated right to Sergei Gonchar, and he looked for him to find him right there. Right to him. I don't know if he was speaking Czechoslovakian, which is Grosek's mother tongue, or if it was Russian, Gonchar's mother tongue. Could have been English for all we know, but he was yapping at him.
I guarantee you Gonchar knew what he was saying, whatever language it was.
Yeah.
Cleared back off the near side for Simon coming down the boards, racing for Wilson. Touched up behind the net, no icing call. Sabres cleared around, Ricky able to hold it in. Washington now down 2-0 in this game. Sabres out shooting them 10-9 as they pick up the goals on the first 2 shots of the second period, and a holding call coming on the Sabres. Just what they did not need. Mike Wilson will draw the call as Simon got taken down. A power play for the Caps. Our Bud Ice Stanley Cup summary. You're in game 1 of this Eastern Conference final. Sabres 7-game playoff winning streak intact. The Capitals, they've not made the finals 23 seasons. Only Los Angeles had a longer time span. 3 of the remaining 4 starting goalies have never won a cup. Osgood, a winner in '97, but not the starting goaltender.
Well, there is Chris Simon. He is the guy that was taken down by Mike Wilson, and Simon is in some pain. Remember, he missed half of this season after right shoulder surgery. Just came back in the playoffs, and he went to the bench, and he couldn't even hold the stick in his right hand. We'll have to keep an eye on that.
Adam Oates, who took most of the faceoffs in that first period, did not win that one as Michael Pekka came in and got a big draw win. Oates won 8 of 11 in the first period on faceoffs. Bellows brings it in. Brian Bellows dropped it off, had to play it again as he got hit by Dixon Ward. Big chance here for the Washington Capitals to get on the board on the power play. They're 0 for 2, and they've had the advantage in this game. Washington's power play 7 for 38 in the playoffs, second best. Joey Juneau playing the half force near side. Shot save made by Dominic Hasek. Brian Bellows got open in that slot area. He's playing the mid-slot region. Juneau came up trying to hold it in, could not get to it. They found a seam in the middle. There's Bellows. Bellows dropped it off the boards to Juneau. Bellows, Juneau, and Oates on the power play up front. Back to the point, Phil Housley. Neat pass. Juneau fakes. Juneau to the middle. He shot. Hasek again able to knock it away. Dominic Hasek is on here in this game. Batted on the far side. Michael Pekka trying to clear it out. Cannot. Power play continues for the Washington Capitals. Bouncing pass jammed away. Pekka actually blocked that, and it comes out of the zone. 48 seconds remaining on this power play opportunity for Washington. Errant pass near side. Bellows trying to hold it in, could not. That was run out of the zone by Alexei Zhitnik. Short-handed. That one deflected just wide of the net on Olaf Kolzig.
Wide speed by Brian Holzinger. He just flew by Gonchar.
He got the chance he wanted on the forehand shot. Hasek held it up. Shannon came right through the crease area, but got away with it. Kelly Johansson chasing down. Kolzig came out to help. 19 left on Washington's power play. Washington changes up on the specialty unit. Bring it in. They'll try and get it set up. Going into the middle. The tip goes wide. Richard Zednik was cutting. Couldn't get the shot off. Held in by Esatikinen. He leaves it for Bondra. Bondra, their leading goal scorer. Down low. Centering pass right through the middle. Bondra was cutting in along with Zednik. Penalty is over. Penalty coming up. Another one. And it's going to be again on Buffalo. Deflected up in the air and over the glass. And the Washington Capitals are going to get consecutive power play opportunities here. As Lindy Ruff for the Sabres, obviously not liking what's going on right now. They've got the lead, but they're giving power play chances up.
I think it's going to be a hole to Curtis Brown. Talked about that chance. Talked about Brian Holzinger's speed. He just absolutely gunned down Sergei Gonchar. He was 10 feet behind and ended up 6 feet ahead of him, and the puck actually went up and over the net and over Olaf Kolzig at the same time. Brian Holzinger is the fastest Buffalo Sabre. Sergei Gonchar is going to learn how to play the angles on him, or at least get to the puck a little quicker, or retreat, anything. But the one thing you won't want to avoid is getting in a foot race with Brian Holzinger.
And it is Curtis Brown holding the stick call at 5:49. Back on the power play, Washington.
There's Brown right in the middle, and it was Peter Bondra's stick that was held. Yep, that's a pretty decent call.
Fourth power play of the game for the Capitals. They are 0 for 3. Both teams 0 for 3 on the power play. Washington gets another chance to get on the board here with this power play opportunity. They did get some shots, a couple of good saves made by Dominic Hasek on that last power play chance. Face-off win is one out of the zone. Kicked out of there by Richard Schmelik, chased down by Gonchar. Gonchar back in behind his own net here as he'll bring it up with a power play. Sergei Gonchar leads this team with 3 power play goals here in the playoffs. Bondra trying to run that into the middle. Got tied up. They're able to hold it into Housley. Bill Housley's played a couple of real good games. He's looked good out there. Housley's got a tremendous shot, and he's stick handling the puck well right now.
But the Caps have to go back to remembering what Ron Wilson wanted them to do, and that is shoot. A couple times in the power play first period, guys in good shooting positions made the pass. We've seen it in this power play and the one before. Guys in good position pass. You got to let it rip.
Overpassing. You never score passing.
Well, and that's part of the psychological thing about Dominic Hasek. You think, I got to get it to somebody in better scoring position than me because he can see me and he's going to stop me.
The collision sent that one around, and it's cleared out of the zone. Olaf Kolzig and to hold that one up at the end. Kolzig got some great comments on Dominic Hasek, saying he might look like he's making snow angels on the ice. Believe me, he knows exactly what he's doing out there. He gives the shooter a different look every time because of all the movement that Hasek goes through in net. You never quite know where to shoot. Cleared out of the zone. Good work on the far side by Verada, Buffalo.
Without question, Dominic Hasek has a science. It is a unique science. It is his own science. Few people understand it, but they do know that it exists.
Yep. He plays goal different than just about anyone else in the NHL in two ways. One is the way in which he does it procedurally. The other is the results. Adam Oates on the near side held it in. Kelly Johansson trying again. Shannon tried to clear, could not, now does, out of the zone. 16 seconds remaining on this Washington power play, and the penalty killing here of the Buffalo Sabres getting the job done. Remember, Buffalo's given up only 4 power play goals in 61 chances in the playoffs, the best penalty killing of any playoff team. Juneau behind the net batted it away. Darryl Shannon cleared it up the near side. They killed off another one. And again, the Capitals unable to convert. They had back-to-back power play chances and didn't get anything done with it. Into center, Wayne Primo. Primo coming. Buffalo wants to change it up. Near side, Sanderson will give chase. Tenorti beat him there. Tenorti avoiding the check. Dump back into the middle. Rolls by Simon and out to center. Played back defensively, Jason Woolley. Woolley on the near side, put a pretty good hit. He and Simon collided. Bob Bugner the other way. Bugner looking in the middle for Donald Audette. Bugner couldn't find anybody. Tried to drop it. Audette came around the net and picked it up. Donald Audette. Audette, nifty stick handler, sends it around the other way. Primo let it go. Defense will step up to help hold it in. Bob Bugner did that time. Good job by Bugner along the boards defensively. Sanderson back to protect him defensively. Picks up the puck along the wall. Sanderson looking for help as Buffalo is changing up. Tenorti intercepts. Tenorti cleared it up. Buffalo getting people on and off the ice. Simon comes to center and sends that one in. Hasek will clear it all the way up through center ice. This is going to be played. Gonchar back to get it. Gonchar. Simon picks it up. Simon a big wind up, but that one deflected wide. Chris Simon, long shift for him, wanting to get off the ice here, unable to do it. 3-on-2 opportunity the other way. Drop pass into the middle. They head to the net. Nothing to do with it. Sticks get up. Matthew Barnaby taken down. No call. Barnaby, Curtis Brown. That'll be covered up by Kolzig before there can be a rebound. 2-0. Sabres on top. Memorial Day weekend. Washington, our nation's capital, in the Lincoln Memorial, where we are for Game 1.
Let's get ready to rumble! Let's get ready to rumble! Let's get ready to rumble! Rumble.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Accept no imitations. Check out boxing's real deal. Holyfield, Akinwande, live. Brought to you by Budweiser, the undisputed, undefeated king of beers.
Thank you!
Today's small business client expects round-the-clock service, the keenest of business acumen, and an up-to-the-nanosecond grasp of technology. But these pale in comparison to the most fundamental client need of all. A really big steak, and lobster, and mashed potatoes. That's why you need the Visa business card, because Maddie's Tavern, like millions of other places, doesn't take any card from American Express.
You didn't have to buy me lunch.
Visa business card. It's everywhere you want to be.
Tomorrow on Fox, it's Game 1 of the NHL Western Conference Finals. The Detroit Red Wings head to Dallas to take on the Stars. Coverage begins 2 Eastern, 11 Pacific on Fox. Great to have you with us here. Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Gary Thorne, Bill Clement, Brian Engelman, our National Hockey Night crew. Our exclusive coverage here of this Game 1 with the Sabres on top by a score of 2-0. This is a Buffalo team offensively in the regular season finished 17th in the league at 2.58 goals a game. In the playoffs, they have driven that to 3.9 goals a game. Second best offense to Detroit. Pivonka the shot. Knocked down by Hasek, who dropped it off on the far side. Michael Pivonka getting the chance. Pivonka. Todd Krieger looking for him. Couldn't find it out in front. Good flex defense. Matthew Barnaby came back and was there to intercept and clear it out of the zone. Washington clears. They'll dump in. Dominic Hasek will go back to get it. Hasek, Krieger intercepted. Todd Krieger centering pass. Trying to catch him out. Ricky the shot deflected away. Pivonka may have tipped that one in front, but not on net. Pivonka again knocked it down. Couldn't direct it. Curtis Brown to get it. And a collision along the line. Puck ends up going out of play here. That'll get a whistle. Players separated. No penalty here. 2-0. Sabres on top midway through this game, midway through this second period. Monday night, our coverage of the Stanley Cup playoffs right back here, the Sabres and Capitals. Then on Tuesday, 8 o'clock, Game 2, Detroit at Dallas. Both of them coming your way Monday night, 7:30, and Tuesday at 8, exclusively on ESPN.
You know, this Buffalo Sabres team is young, and are they having fun? The guy that led the way this morning in practice having fun was Lindy Ruff. he was kibitzing with all of the guys playing a deflection game. I mean, they were laughing more than they were serious on the ice this morning. It's like they have that young swagger thing going in the playoffs. They believe they can beat anybody, and until somebody beats them or they win it all, they will still believe that.
They're forgetting what it's like to lose a game. Having won 7 in a row here in the playoffs, their record in the playoffs is 8-1. They are 4-0 at home and 4-1 on the road for the Buffalo Sabres. Kelly Johansson. Johansson cleared that one up, and it comes out of the zone. Johansson got leveled by Michael Pekka behind the play. Buffalo just kicking. Mike Wilson got that out of there. Brought back in, holds Dixon Ward, rather. Ward tried to drop it off to Michael Pekka. Deflected Kelly Johansson around the boards and out of there, and this will be an icing call, maybe. No, Pasik's got to play. Pasik whipped it around the near side. Would have been touched up by Bondra. Pasik hadn't played it, so that's why he went back there and put the stick on it. At center, the tangle up comes free. Nicolishin got it near side, but Zidnik didn't have a stick. Still able to hold it in. Good play by Richard Zidnik. Shannon put the hit on over there. Pekka lost it. Bondra's got it. Bondra looking to center. Nicolishin came in to help, and Michael Pekka knocked it away. Pekka doing his job tonight. He's the guy, one of the best defensive forwards, maybe the best in the National Hockey League, one of the 3 final candidates for that Selke Award, recognizing that ability in the NHL. The town on the near side couldn't get it. Goes behind the net. Housley touches that one up, and that'll be an icing call. Great to have you with us here in Washington. The Sabres in Game 1, leading it 2-0.
Questions?
Is the name of the Greyhound important?
Yes, if it appears in the win column often.
Does a wagging tail mean anything?
Well, it means the Greyhound is happy to be at Multnomah Greyhound Park.
So how long have you been in racing?
3 years competing, 2 years consulting. Good luck, class. Come out and play.
Attention ATV shoppers, it's Kawasaki ATV spring breakout time. Over.
Buy select new Kawasaki ATV and get a pair of Motorola two-way radios free. Over.
Roger. That includes the rugged Bayou 300 up to the award-winning Prairie 4x4 automatic.
Choose the Motorola's with up to 2 miles of range or ask about special financing. Over.
So stop walking and start talking today at your Kawasaki dealer. Hurry, spring breakout ends soon. Over.
See your Kawasaki dealer, Portland Kawasaki at 1133 Southeast 82nd.
Michael Pekka injured a knee in Game 4 of the last series. Obviously, it's better.
And he is the key guy for Buffalo because he is going to match up against whoever the most dangerous Washington Cap turns out to be. Question is, who is it? I don't think it's going to be Calle Johansson, although that's why Pekka forechecks everybody. But Michael Pekka, in the first period, 10 of the 20 minutes were played in the power play, and more than half of what we've played so far in this period in the power play. So I don't think Lindy Ruff even knows who looks more dangerous, the Adam Oates line or the Bondra line right now. Everybody's been in the power play.
Yep, and right now when you got a 2-0 lead, you don't worry quite so much about it. And Audette rips that one over the head of Kolzig. Held in on the near side. Jason Woolley got it behind the net. Buffalo trying to create some offense here, but it's cleared up to Bellows. Brian Bellows, a +7 coming into this game, and it poke checked away. Good play by Woolley. Caps having trouble getting in onside. Their 4th offsides in this game, and a couple of them have come on the power play. Buffalo standing them up along the blue line.
One of the incredible numbers that involve the Buffalo Sabres, they've not lost 2 consecutive games since December 27th and December 29th. That is 52 games they have played without losing consecutive games. Obviously in the playoffs it's 7-1. That holds true, but you got to get 1 against the Buffalo Sabres, then hope you can bust up that streak they have. That is a phenomenal, just a phenomenal streak.
December 27 and 29, those losses, Carolina and New Jersey. But not since then, 2 in a row. This Buffalo Sabres team has got the 2-0 lead here, and they've got the puck. Gaetan dropped that one off near side. Brought in by Holzinger, backhanded. Big hit put on Audette, that time by Riki. Gaetan dropped it in behind the net. Cleared around by Gonchar out of the zone. Icing call coming up here on the Capitals. Capitals' transition game is not getting it done right now, and they need that to create offense.
No, and the way Buffalo is playing, their defensemen really standing up, protecting the blue line. It's tough for Washington to do anything on the rush. Here comes Brian Bellows moments ago. Jason Woolley stood him up, then took him down. And Brian Bellows' other option was to dump it in and go on the forecheck. But with Adam Oates on that line, Brian Bellows, they're not real fast. Bellows likes to play the front of the net. Oates is the puck control guy. Joey Juneau is the guy that's got to go and get the puck, and he wasn't up in the play. So there aren't many options, and it makes Jason Woolley's job quite a bit easier when he sees Brian Bellows coming at him like that.
+6 for Woolley coming into this playoff game, 4th among defensemen in scoring. Woolley's had a very fine first 2 rounds of the playoffs. Off the draw, we won back. Esatikin and won the face-off for the Washington Capitals. And they will start from there. The Buffalo Sabres beat Philadelphia 4-1. In Montreal, they swept in 4 games to get here. Shot deflected out in front as Krieger tried to run that one in. Buffalo, Kelly Johansson knocked it away. Washington at center ice looking back to get it. Washington Capitals beat Boston in 6 games, Ottawa in 5. That's how these 2 clubs got here. Washington finished 4th in the East, and Buffalo finished 6th. Back out through center, Esatikin got it in. That'll be a penalty. Todd Krieger had a step. He got in between the defensemen that time, and Bob Lubner, I think, will be called. You can kind of take your pick on this one because both of the Buffalo Sabre players got him.
Todd Krieger is in the lineup in place of Mike Eagles. Why? Because of his speed. Ron Wilson wants to try to match Buffalo's speed any way he can. That time it paid off. Krieger tried to split the D, and these are tough calls not to make because you're going through a game of pickup sticks. I mean, they've got the lumber crossing you off. All Krieger has to do there is let his feet go and go down, and no referee could avoid calling a penalty. So Krieger made that happen.
Zhitnik will be called for the hook at 12:48. And this is going to be power play number 5 in this game for the Washington Capitals. They are 0 for 4. And Buffalo's penalty killers have done a great job. They've not given many chances to Washington when they've had the power play. And Washington now 7 for 40 here in the playoffs. Ooh, what a hit on Gonchar at center by Michael Pekka, the man you'd expect to put that kind of a hit on. Retaliation, Gonchar's going. Gonchar, retaliating against Michael Pekka, will pick up the penalty, and that will cost a minute 34 of power play time to the Capitals.
And guess what? That wasn't his first retaliation. When Pekka got up and skated away from him, he slashed him on the side of the leg and got away with it. Look at the guys congratulating Mike Pekka. First of all, he just about ended Gonchar's life, and then he was able to even the score on the penalties. It's a young player is going to have to be careful not to take the bait here. Oh, what a hit. Great open. What? Wham. He slashed him there on the back of the ankle, and Pekka never did flinch. Oh, what a hit. Coming back. Mike Pekka, well, you know what? Mike Pekka left his feet there, and I'm sure that's what Gonchar was upset about. And if Dan Maruelli had seen that, he might have called that as a charge because he was airborne. Almost looked like Gonchar's check back on him was pretty clean. At any rate, it's going to be evened up. There's Gonchar going down. This was a little earlier behind the net when he got slashed. I don't know if that was Mike Pekka. But remember Groschick was trash-talking Gonchar. Pekka's going after him. You know, Buffalo doesn't go around before this series saying the one guy we want to get off his game and distract is Gonchar because he's been so good. But it all makes sense now, doesn't it?
Sure does. The penalty goes elbowing call. 13-13 on Gonchar. Interesting, he and Michael Pekka would be doing battle. Kelly Johansson brings it in. Both these guys were holdouts for their respective teams at the first of the year. Both of them were wondering whether they were ever going to get back with their clubs. They both have played vital roles here in the playoffs. Shannon up, shot deflected into the corner. Short-handed chance again. Buffalo has had some of the better, and that was an even, rather, 4-on-4. Buffalo's had some of the better chances here when they've been short-handed in 4-on-4 situations. That time they got the scoring opportunity. The Sabres trying to use some of that quickness and speed in those situations.
And they really are so young and so confident. These guys are like young gunslingers. They're gamblers. I mean, they don't mind taking a chance. That's how they get a lot of their 2-on-1s. They figure, hey, if we blow it, Dominic's back there.
Bondra moves it in with Oates. Bondra the shot. That one deflected off a defenseman's stick up into the seats. 4-on-4 for another 39 seconds. Sabres on top in this game, 2-0.
The heating is sure picking up. Won't be long before these teams hate one another. Back to the Michael Pekka hit on Sergei Gonchar. Dan Maruelli is wearing a mic as well. And after Gonchar took out Mike Pekka along the boards, he still wanted to complain about the hit that Pekka laid on him.
Come on. Don't tell me.
That's an elbow. said you didn't see that hit behind my knees. He was talking about the replay we had when he was down behind the net. So there's no question. Gonchard's got a bullseye on him.
Michael Pekka, the shot deflected near side. And the rebound shot wide by Barada. Still a 4-on-4. Michael Pekka's back in his own zone here. In 19 seconds will be a short power play coming up for the Buffalo Sabres. Batted away at center. Nikolajin had it, lost it. Picked back up by Jason Woolley. Woolley sends that one in. Kolzig has given up 2 goals here in the period. Almost waited too long. Barada was coming in for Buffalo, and Kolzig didn't want to play the puck. Now Kolzig gets a little upset, pushes away at Barada, and has a little chat with him.
Kolzig and Barada started it. Then Joe Riki came in with a straight poke. I don't think any penalties are going to be called. But if the rough stuff starts, Kevin Collins, one of the linesmen, is the right guy for the job.
One of the things Kolzig has had troubles with in the past is maintaining his composure. One of the reasons he got the name Gonzilla, and Snap Ollie is another nickname, is that's what he used to do in the minors, was snap. Bang sticks, holler at people, lose his self-discipline.
Flashback may occur if enough pressure is exerted. I mean, if Buffalo keeps the traffic in the crease, and it depends on the score, too. Olaf Kolzig can't get frustrated that he's let in 2 goals. I mean, here's another guy that's used to not letting in many goals. He hadn't let one in 2 games. And Barada looked like he got crashed in by Riki and then fell back on him. And that's why Barada reacted the way he did, because Kolzig put his catching glove over his whole head.
Kolzig came in with a 1.66 goals against. Sabres have already picked up 2 against him, and the question is, maybe even more importantly, are they getting under his Godzilla mask, under that skin a little bit? Shots on. Capitals have the advantage there, but not on the scoreboard. In 4 seconds, there'll be a power play coming up here as the clock ticks it off. And the power play is now underway. 4th power play of the game for the Buffalo Sabres. They hold it in the zone. Chased down far side. Matthew Barnaby. Barnaby's been their unlikely hero in the playoffs so far. He has picked up 5 goals, 5 assists, including one of the 3 hat tricks in the playoffs this year. Shot from the point, wide rebound, shot over to get it. Kolzig, he never saw where it went. Buffalo Sabres, a great chance. Kolzig was screened, did not see the original shot nor where the rebound went. Cleared up and out of the zone. That's going to be whistled here with the penalties expiring. That'll be the 2-liner. It's a 2-0 Sabres lead.
Announcing new savings from the new Dodge, with up to $1,000 extra cash back on select Dodge cars, trucks, and caravans. That's up to $1,000 in addition to existing incentives, so you could save as much as $2,000. It's our way of thanking loyal Dodge owners and welcoming new ones, because this bonus offer is open to select Ford and GM owners too, but only for a limited time. The Dodge Owners Bonus. New savings from the new Dodge.
Come on, let's go faster, faster. He's really driving us. He's killing us. I'm pulling away from you. It helps, though. I don't think I could do it on my own. I know. This is the longest I've ever stuck with a workout program. Well, they say motivation is the key. You can do it. Come on, you bunch of marshmallows. I don't see me sweat.
No wonder you can never get a bike around here.
This is what you're working for.
The most exciting plays in the NHL are one-on-one plays. Brian Holzinger earlier in the period had a great drive against Sergei Gonchard. Here's the decision-making process that he had to go through. The size of the pathway. Do I have enough speed? Can I make it? The goaltender. His style and his size. Will he challenge me or will he stay back? And the defenseman. How fast he's coming and his disposition. Is he going to break my arm if I go in? Here's his decision. He decides to go all the way. Gets a chance, but doesn't score. Speed Stick Ultimate Hockey Night Spotlight.
Off the face-off, played around by Dixon Ward. Tried to drop it back to Pekka, went to the point. That shot bouncing in front. Kolzig couldn't find it. Picked up by Juno. Another scoring chance. The Sabres are getting in on Olaf Kolzig. They are creating screens, shots he doesn't see, rebounds that are bouncing very close to him. Right now, Buffalo's doing what they wanted to do in the game plan in this game 1.
As soon as they came out, it's easier to do it with a lead. And as soon as they came out and got the lead, they've taken control of this game. We see Buffalo's speed now. We didn't see that in the first period. We see their tenacious forecheck. 2 people in front of Olaf Kolzig. All of the things that show you that Buffalo can compete against anybody at this time of year that we saw in the other series, they are now doing. It's a lot easier to do it with the lead, and it sure jump-started them emotionally when they got those 2 goals.
2-0 lead. Shots are 12-11 in favor of the Capitals. Tenorti, he takes the shot. Hasek with a save. Hasek down. But they can't get the shot before he's back up. Joey Juneau centered out. Shot. Gloved by Hasek. He was willing to drop it, but Dan Maruelli gave him the whistle. Dominic Hasek, red hot. Arviza storyline, Kolzig. The shutout ended at 1:69:37. It ended here in the second period. Grosek and Satan, 2 goals, 1:24 apart. Sabres, 3-game road winning streak could be extended.
Arviza replay is Buffalo's second goal. Miroslav Satan, one great move, and then just great perseverance to get his rebound. We are talking about a guy that was the leading scorer for the Buffalo Sabres during the regular season. Satan, 46 points. Peter Bondra, the Washington Capitals, 52 goals. And yet here's Buffalo leading 2-0, and through the playoffs they have looked like an offensive powerhouse.
Absolutely amazing to go from 2.58 in the regular season to almost 4 goals a game here in the playoffs, and they've got 2 in this one. Back it comes to the point. That one ripped wide by Zhitnik, and Buffalo will have the easy out off the near side wall. Holzinger got it out. Sent right back by Housley. Intercepted Shannon. Shannon got it up. Nice pass to Matthew Barnaby. They've got a 2-on-1 down low. Backhand opportunity. Forehand deflected away. Curtis Brown. Matthew Barnaby was waiting. They ended up with a 2-on-1 that time. Again, getting in on Olaf Kolzig. Tenorti chases at the other end. Tenorti and Housley, the defensive pairing here. That one will be tipped up and into the bench and will be whistled.
Dominic Hasek is in the zone. That is the problem now for the Washington Caps, because he is like the Dominic we saw during the regular season that just bailed his team out so often. And Dan Maruelli's even taken an interest in Hasek tonight.
You're fooling the other guys. You're even fooling me here. You want to play, obviously.
That was when he caught that puck and tried to drop it and play it. Maruelli gave him the whistle. He said, "You're fooling me. You want to play it." You got to be careful about that if you're a goaltender, because the next time Maruelli may think, well, I'll let him play it if he wants to, not blow the whistle. You hang on to it, or you drop the puck in the wrong place, and you get burned.
And you know what? That was a way Dan Maruelli could say, "I'm sorry, I shouldn't have blown the whistle," without having to apologize.
Down low, Dixon Ward. Dixon Ward dumped it around the net. Michael Pekka. Riki got there first. Riki cleared it up, and that 2 goes over the glass. A whistle with 2:58 left to go in this second period of Game 1. Our exclusive coverage of the Eastern Conference Finals. The man couldn't find a home at Disney. The man has found a home in the nation's capital and has taken a club to the conference final.
No, it's not Mickey Mouse. It is Ron Wilson, the head coach of the Washington Caps. You know, Ron Wilson said something that was pretty prophetic, I think, before this series started. He said, "I'm sure glad it's not single elimination," because he knows what Dominic Hasek can do. But a series of 4 single eliminations, and if you're done if you don't, if you can't win. So Hasek can just keep doing it.
That's what everybody has talked about, of course, and why Buffalo's favored by most people to win this series is Dominic Hasek. He's done it all year long. A gold medal winner in the Olympics, trying to put up a name on a Stanley Cup in the same year, joining Kenny Morrow, the New York Islanders, in that very unique category. Run in by Zhitnik down the boards. He tried to catch up to it. Nikolation stepped in front of him. Buffalo Sabres keeping the heat on, though, with some tenacious forechecking going on. Washington trying to find a way to find a little room. Chris Simon in. Simon's pass dropped off. Intercepted. Buffalo would just sweep that one out of the zone.
And the Caps got away with, well, their drop passes at the blue line, the Buffalo Sabres will eat you alive on. Their counterattack, because of their speed, is so dangerous. Chris Simon dropped it, and it didn't backfire completely. Mind you, Washington didn't get a shot with it. But the one thing Ron Wilson, Gary, when he talked to us before the game, said the one thing I fear is the counterattack. This is called giving a team a counterattack if a play like this misfires. And Brian Holzinger just had it go off his stick. If not, he was looking for somebody up the middle.
You've got everybody skating the wrong way. That's what Ron's talking about. All your guys are coming into the zone. You drop that pass off. Everybody's flying by the puck, while Buffalo, the other team's going the other way.
Buffalo will gamble that the turnover is going to go their way. And if it doesn't go their way, they'll know Dominic Hasek will make that save. That's why I talk about them playing with that swagger of just a real confident young team. Almost a little bit cocky, but who wouldn't be and who shouldn't be this time of year. I think that's a good quality.
Yep. 6-0 in the playoffs when they score first. The Buffalo Sabres set up in front. Oates couldn't get it lined up. And then Oates got bumped up by Curtis Brown. Cleared out of the zone. Bolzinger will chase that one into the corner. Or rather, Michael Grosek chases it into the corner. Kelly Johansson on him. Johansson kicking from behind. Grosek dug it out. Grosek center. Shot ripped up and over the net by Curtis Brown. Brown has had an inordinate number of shots for somebody who generally doesn't pile them up. Here in this game, he's been open in front. He's let him rip. But that time he missed the net. Third around to Juneau on the far side. Juneau looking. Juneau brings it in. Bellows on the far right. Pass dumped in for Oates. Intercepted. There they are on D again. Mike Wilson just stood there and cleared it out. Kelly Johansson back.
It is tough to overpower Buffalo with fancy plays. If somebody doesn't want to rip the puck at the net and somebody go for the rebound, especially this time of year, you're going to have to do it the ugly way, not the pretty way.
Fifth time in this game the Capitals have been offside. Buffalo's putting the heat on. Speaking of heat, there'll be lots of it tomorrow. ABC brings you the Indy 500 starting at 11 a.m. A field of 33 in the 82nd running. The Indy 500, 11 o'clock Eastern.
Downtown Curtis Brown. There you pointed out that he's had a couple of chances and then he's been open in front. He's a guy that's generally in good defensive position. He's a real tough defensive center. See, he was in the high slot on this play and he was able to step into the hash marks and let it go. Coaches try to teach young guys good defensive positioning is good offensive positioning too.
And it's proven true here in this game so far for him. Again, banged out of there by Jason Woolley, forcing Rieke to go back to get it. Joe Rieke +7 coming into this game. Capitals trying to get one late here. That's going to be blocked by Woolley in behind the net. Zednik, the rookie, had the opportunity. In the final minute of the second period, shots are 14-12 in favor of the Capitals. But the Buffalo Sabres got 2 quick goals here in this period to take the 2-0 lead. Tom Krieger. Krieger centered it. It rolls all the way to Gonchard's center. Grosek scored 31 seconds into this period to make it 1-0 at a minute 55. Satan picked up his 5th of the playoffs, both on assisted goals, and a 2-0 lead for the Sabres. Both teams changing on the fly here. It'll be played back by Richard Schmeling. Schmeling tips that one into the zone. Buffalo giving chase. They'd like another opportunity here. Michael Pekka dropped it, got it back. Pekka leaves it in the middle. Break pass. Schmeling shot wide. Rebound. Kolzig knocks it away. Great setup and a penalty coming. With 6.8 seconds left to go in the period and more discussion here. And again, it's Verada and Olaf Kolzig.
Yeah, Gonchard's the guy that's going to the bench. Verada was in front and Gonchard took him down. Gonchard's going to have to go into the locker room, and I'd be surprised if Ron Wilson doesn't talk to him. He's going to have to regroup. They're definitely under his skin. He has been a target. They have run over him. He has taken penalties. He just kind of pulled his arm back, but the puck was loose behind the net. That's a good play by Verada, just trying to make this thing happen. Verada, he's still looking right at Olaf Kolzig. They've still got that feud going from earlier in this period. And that's, if Verada can get Olaf Kolzig to buy into that stuff, it's exactly what the Buffalo Sabres want.
This will be power play number 5. Gonchard's picked up the last 2 penalties of this game. This the holding call at 19:53. So another power play opportunity here for the Buffalo Sabres. Only 6.8 seconds left to go in the period. You see the positioning going on. A little waving of the hand here to try and set up Jason Woolley. Primo is trying to draw back to him. Puck sits there. Woolley came charging in, so the puck, of course, goes by him. Gets the shot off, and it deflected in the pack in front. A great chance right there at the buzzer, ending the second period for the Buffalo Sabres. And in game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals, the Sabres will take a 2-0 lead in.
You know, there was about a second and a half to go on the clock when that shot came in from the blue line, and I thought, well, no way. That had a chance. This could have been a 3-0 hockey game because there was a screen in front. Kolzig was way out because the play was at the blue line, but see, it was shot right into the crowd. There were 2 guys in front. Close one. And there was time.
14-12 the shots in favor of the Capitals. We'll go to the third period with the Buffalo Sabres leading in this game 1 by a score of 2-0. John and Barry are the steps, and you're real tired if you get there. Buffalo Sabres lead at 2-0. Welcome back, everybody. Gary Thorne, Bill Clement. 2 quick goals, start of the second period. Sabres have taken over this game, and as you said a number of times, Bill, what the heck? We've got Hasek in net.
Yeah, and they can still play loose. But I think the one chance Washington has to get back in this game is if they can at least get some power play time. So they got to keep their legs moving. But once on the power play, they got to get their noses dirty and do it the ugly way. I mean, they only had 7 power play shots in 8.5 minutes of power play time. No rebound chances. They've got to drive it at Dominik Hasek and get their noses dirty.
They've just been unwilling to shoot at this guy. Maybe this is the reason.
Well, his career playoff save percentage is .928. But the astronomers in Czechoslovakia actually named an asteroid after him, the Dominik Hasek asteroid. It is 240 million miles from Earth. Dominik Hasek is a lot closer to another W in the playoffs than his counterpart asteroid is to this planet.
He has just been unbeatable here in this game, and the Buffalo Sabres, when the Buffalo Sabres are on top, trying to come back against this team is almost impossible. One of the reasons why they have trailed for only 49 minutes, 41 seconds in the playoffs out of over 609 minutes. Once this team has got a lead, it's kind of like lights out. So we will start here with a power play. 1:53 remaining on the penalty to Gonchar, who's in the box in the holding call. Power play opportunity for the Buffalo Sabres. It is their 5th power play opportunity of the game. Neither team have been able to do anything on power play chances. Mark Tenorti coming back to get it. In his own end, Tenorti batting it away. Not out of the zone yet. Grosek had moved up on him. Back for Grosek in the corner. Adam Oates stepped up, couldn't get it. Donald Audette got it. Audette back on top. Near side Woolley. That came outside the zone. Offside on the Sabres, and the face-off will be moved to center.
Well, Jason Woolley talked this morning about how he knew Washington was going to pressure them with their penalty killers more than any other team. He said, I know how we get around that. He said, the big guy said to me last year, and he had the opportunity to play with Mario Lemieux with the Pittsburgh Penguins, said the big guy said, there's no penalty killer in the world that can move as fast as the puck. Move the puck, guys. So watch the Sabres. When the Washington Caps start with their forcing and their pressure game, and Jason Woolley is the guy that's going to lead the way, move it quickly. If you stand there even for 2 seconds, the whole penalty killing unit resets.
And that face-off won by Holzinger and sent around the boards. And Holzinger in the face-off win out at center. Riki hit from behind. He let the puck go by him, though. Good play as it was covered by Pavanka. Pavanka comes. That's a Tikkanen in the middle. Pass to Tikkanen is blocked. Nice play by Zhitnik and played around the net. Power play down to 1 minute left on this advantage for the Buffalo Sabres. Sabres move it in far side. Audette. Satan is in the middle, trying to get it to him. It went behind the net instead. Satan chasing down. Esa Tikkanen got there first. Tikkanen got it out through center, short-handed with Pavanka. Tikkanen moving in. He's got Riki a trailer. Big turnaround shot way wide. He gave it the old Denny Savard zippity-doo 360-degree shot there, but didn't get it on net. Satan tries it the other way. Audette moving. Audette leaves it. Woolley, the D, is moved in. Woolley looking. Woolley gets coverage back up on top. Some help there. Shot on, deflected just wide. Satan was in front, got a stick on that, but wide on the tip of Kolzig and cleared out of the zone. And that will bring the power play down to 15 seconds remaining on it. Held on to by Hasek at the other end. It's Hasek, who had 13 shutouts during the regular season. He's got the shutout going here for Buffalo. Sent back in by Richard Smellick. Centering pass just knocked down and cleared out of the zone by Brendan Witt. Hasek back to get it. Power play is over. So the power plays of both these teams that had really provided an upsurge for them during the first 2 rounds, not getting anything done here. 0 for 5 on the power play now for the Buffalo Sabres. And the Sabres still have the 2-0 lead. Nicolation got it through the middle of Bondra. Bondra, they need him to pick it up. Shot on. That one ripped wide by Tenorti. Bondra trying to get into that crease area, got knocked away. The pass back to him, deflected to the boards, allowing the Sabres to clear it out of the zone. Peter Bondra's the man they need to get going. He is their #1 goal scorer, but he is a head case. He's worried literally about the problem of a concussion syndrome. He took himself out of the last series in a game, much to Ron Wilson's dismay. Wilson's trying to build him up in the press, talking about him. But Wilson has said he doesn't seem to want to play. Brought back in, hooked from behind, and a penalty coming on Washington. The Buffalo Sabres creating the opportunity in a 2-on-1 Dixon Ward, and they'll get the power play again.
Supposed to be the checking line. They don't look like it.
Our coverage of the National Hockey League Western Finals will continue with Game 2. The Detroit Red Wings, Brendan Shanahan and company, take on the Dallas Stars. It'll be Game 2. Exclusive coverage right here on ESPN. Tuesday, 8 o'clock Eastern Time.
So Gonchar sits because of a great move by Dixon Ward, one of the few veteran players on this Buffalo team. He plays the right side on the checking line with Mike Peck and Vaclav Varada. Watch Ward here. A little fake. And then down and around it. He was going around Joe Ricci, who had fallen to try to block the shot. If Gonchar doesn't hook him, he's in cold.
The last 3 penalties in this game have gone to Sergei Gonchar. A hooking call, 250. Power play opportunity again for the Sabres. Their 6th of the game. Kozik knocked it away. Holzinger picked up the rebound. Holzinger dropped it back. Satan trying to get a shot off. Block. Washington collapsing towards the middle that time. Juno was there to Oates. He got it out. Dominic Hasek at the other end. They'll leave it in behind the net. Jitnik came back to get it. 2-0 lead. Sabres on top. Looking to take Game 1 of this Eastern Conference final initial game. Washington trying to kill off the penalty. And again, we'll rip it out of there. They've got a great penalty killing unit. They are giving Buffalo far too many chances, living very dangerously here by giving these power play chances up. Holzinger moves it in, dropped it to Audette. Audette second. Holzinger cutting, knocked away Olaf Kolzig. Played up by Esatikin and short-handed with Pavanka in the middle. Tiganen trying to go wide on it. Will send it into the corner. Woolley will come back to get it. Good defensive play made by Zhitnik on Esatikin. There's Zhitnik coming back to get the puck. Let's say Zhitnik working on the power play unit. Buffalo will change up that unit now. Holzinger waiting for some help. Dished it to nobody. Pavanka sends it the other way.
Well, Dan Maruelli was there, so he might have. I mean, players do that. They think somebody's there, but there was certainly no Buffalo Sabre there, and he went for the change too. He's lucky that didn't backfire.
Wasn't even anybody close that time. Matthew Barnaby centering shot, and that one knocked away. Grosek had the opportunity. Kolzig reached out with a stick. Rebound. Grosek again runs it in and batted that one wide. Ricci comes over to get it and cleared it out. Down to 20 seconds remaining on the power play opportunity. Schmeller intercepted. The collision looking in the middle for Bondra. Short-handed the Caps. Daryl Shannon stepped in. Shannon. Nikolasian. Nikolasian still has it. Washington still short-handed. Good play by Nikolasian. They dump it back up the center. Kalle Johansson rags it back. Power play is over. So the Capitals kill it off. Now they've got to try and generate some scoring. Down in this game 2-0. Nikolasian takes a hit along the near side. Rosick got a piece of him, pinned him up. Both teams want changes here. Bellows knocks this one down. Washington, though, didn't have anybody else out on the ice to help. Cleared out of the zone. Pekka batted it out of the air. Joey Juno sent back to Oates. Oates coming in on the tip pass. Bellows in the middle. Bellows taken out of the play. Barada will go behind the net with Oates moving over on him. Cleared up and out. At the red, it'll be knocked down. Juno again. Buffalo go into that defensive mode now here in this third period to protect the lead. Adam Oates waiting for help. Juno cutting. Juno couldn't get through it. Barada batted it away. The rookies had a great playoff season so far, and Barada's had a very strong game here tonight, especially defensively. He's been back, intercepting passes. Back in behind the net. Hasek again cleared it around far side. Tip pass Michael Pekka. Pekka starts it out. Leaves it in the middle. Barada, they need the line change, so Barada just dumped that one in. Capitals fans trying to get it going here, revving it up. Gonchar will start it up ice. Gonchar, 7 goals, 3 assists in the playoffs. The dump in will be played back by Zhitnik again. Turned into the middle. Audette couldn't handle. Intercepted by Ricci. Ricci and Audette do battle along the wall. Puck comes right back into their skates. And it was a hand pass that will result in the whistle. Third period, Sabres 2 and the Capitals nothing.
Greens fees, $116. Lunch at the turn, $13.50. Balls, tees, $36. Hole in one. And a witness, priceless. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard, official card of the PGA Tour and friend to golfers everywhere.
Our most powerful computers use trillions and trillions of ones and zeros to extract 200 horsepower from just 2.7 liters of aluminum. to balance the equation of driving comfort and driving exhilaration, to create abundant space within a slippery cab-forward shape. Then, with just 3 digits, we made it affordable. The new Dodge Intrepid. Lease a well-equipped Intrepid for as low as $274 a month with bonus cash for select Dodge and competitive owners.
Well, here's why Buffalo is so good when they have the lead. You see this situation right here? Got one guy skating away with the puck, but all 3 Sabres converged on the puck carrier for Washington there. You're taking a bit of a chance, but they took all the passing lanes away. The play went over to the other side when Brian Bellows intercepted. Check it out again. There were 3 guys over on the right side where Brian Bellows was.
Keeping the heat on. Brian Bellows, who played the season in Germany, ironically with the Berlin Capitals hockey team. And in here to Washington, getting back into the National Hockey League. Bellows played 31 games in Germany, 15 goals, 17 assists. This is a guy who 13 times has had 20-plus goal seasons.
You know what? The coaching staff here was with Brian Bellows in Anaheim last year. Tim Army along with Ron Wilson. They think that he's faster and a better skater this year. One of the reasons is you practice 4 or 5 days a week. It's such a light schedule when you play in the European leagues. For Brian Bellows, they think is a better skater. And Ronnie Wilson knows something about coming back from Europe and playing in the playoffs. He did that twice when he was playing pro in Switzerland and came back to the Minnesota North Stars. One of those years when he came back, he joined Brian Bellows with the North Stars. So he knows all about this kind of maneuver.
And knows all about Brian Bellows, obviously. Buffalo Sabres on net in the middle. Got squeezed off the puck by Todd Krieger. Jitnik comes the other way. Yeah, trying to D it. Lost back into the corner. Richard Zednik tied up. Cleared up by Donald Audette. Buffalo Sabres refusing to give Washington chances here in the third. That one short side ripped wide by Sanderson, and at the other end, Jason Woolley still down along the near side boards. And that will result in the whistle.
An important guy on the power play for the Buffalo Sabres. He has become kind of their quarterback, even more so than Alexei Zhitnik on their power play. Coming right at us here, that's Zednik with Woolley. Oh gosh, he got a forearm right to the chops from Zednik. Thought first of all it might just be the wind knocked out of him, but it looked like a forearm right to the puss.
You could see him kind of reach up towards his face after he took that shot at about dasher level.
As long as he knows where he is, naturally what they'll do is take him to the bench, do some vitals, check out, see if his eyes look okay. Wonder if a concussion may be there. You get it right in the point of the chin like that, it doesn't take very much.
It looked like he also raked the back of his head on the dasher.
Yeah.
As he came down.
He might have.
Got it at both sides.
He is one of only 3 Sabres that has ever been to the 3rd round in the Stanley Cup playoffs. He did it with Florida. Alexei Zhitnik did it with Los Angeles. Dominik Hasek actually did it with Chicago, although he wasn't really a factor. Ed Belfour played most of the games when they went to the finals in '91. But that is it. Washington Capitals have 13 players that have gone this far in the playoffs, and you wouldn't know it by the way this game is going.
Jump back in. Nope. All the veterans are on the side of the Washington Capitals. But right now, youth is being served here in game 1. Good run into the zone. Matthew Barnaby helped hold that in. Barnaby in the corner, taking the hits, got the puck. Barnaby to the middle. His shot was blocked by Tenorti. Simon got it out through center. Deflects back, played up by Zhitnik. Both teams making changes on the fly here. Barnaby was open for a moment. Barnaby came back into the middle, trying to set it up down low. Charging was Curtis Brown. Brown has played a heck of a game here. He's gotten himself open. He's gone to the net. What every coach asks forwards to do, but some are more reluctant than others. Brown has not been reluctant in this game to shoot the gap. And Buffalo 3 back on defense. Intercepted Hunter. Dale Hunter, Chris Simon. Simon cutting past to him, was blocked, cleared out of the zone to Michael Pekka. Pekka trying to come through, took a hit check, got level. Gonchar got a piece of him, and they slap away at one another. Simon gets hit, taken out of the play. Simon hit by Mike Wilson. Sabres the other way. Dixon Ward got it into the middle. Open, down low. The shot somehow blocked on an empty net by Barada. Barada went in all alone, and he had Kolzig down and out, and a defenseman's stick moved in at the last minute. Barada can't believe it.
Did he have the moves going or what?
He's having another chat back there, Billy, with Colson.
Still going at it. Still going at it. This kid scored 30 goals in 45 games in Rochester in the American League. That's one of the reasons they brought him up. But besides that, he's real good defensively and real tough. But he had the full D going on this one, back and forth. I know Olaf Kolzig had no idea which way he was going, because I'll bet you a quarter Verada didn't know which way he was going. He was dancing. Moves to the right, to the left, back to the left. Oh, he just fanned on it.
Dodge Intrepid styling speaks for itself. As for what's underneath, car and driver had a few words of their own. Lease a well-equipped Intrepid for as low as $274 a month with bonus cash for select Dodge and competitive owners.
It's small, but powerful enough to bring people together who are worlds apart. Its microphone reaches down to catch your softest whispers. Its jog dial navigator makes getting in touch as easy as touching. Sony's remarkable wireless phones. Advanced technology that advances your life.
Great to have you with us here at the MCI Center in Washington, D.C. Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals. The visiting team, the Buffalo Sabres, have the lead. The Washington fans trying to generate something here for their team to get it going. There's only 11:33 left to go in the third. And Olaf Kolzig the save. Richard Schmelik had the opportunity off the face-off win from the blue line. It remains 2-0 Sabres. Let's check in with Brian Engblom.
There's been a lot of great hits in this game tonight here, Gary. Let's take a look at some of the reasons why guys hit. Watch Mike Pekka. He'll use the forearm to let Phil Housey to know, keep your head up, buddy. Then Sergei Gonchar will use the hip to just kill a play against Mike Wilson. And then Gonchar again, just plain good old-fashioned anger. Now that's a hit in our hockey night spotlight.
Well, the hits have come in this game as would be expected, especially from Buffalo.
Yep.
That plays that kind of a game.
There have been a couple of Buffalo Springfields.
Yes, there have.
I just learned the other day as a steamroller.
Very good. And a pretty good rod group. Played back the other way to Bondra. Something is happening here, and what it is exactly clear. Buffalo's dominating this game. Dumped in wide of the net. Hasek looking for the shutout here. 10:57 left to go. There's plenty of time in this game, but Washington Capitals are not getting opportunities. Down goes Bondra. No call. Fans wanted one, and he's staying down. Bondra's down on the ice as he got swung around and may have hurt his leg here. He's having trouble getting up.
Well, remember, one of the problems he had in the first couple of rounds was not only the concussion, it was the ankle. And he is limping. He may have just twisted it on the way down. But I said that Peter Bondra was the X factor. So far in this game, he's been a non-factor. And if he continues to be a non-factor in the series, I think the Buffalo Sabres will advance to the Stanley Cup Finals. Peter Bondra has to take the puck and try to drive the net, drive wide. It looked like Audette, maybe he got a little slash hit or just a little poke. I don't know. We'll see it here. Here comes Audette's stick. Oh, that's what it is. It does not take much, and a player will go down. I bet that's not his ankle. I bet it's his knee, because he got poked right there. It's a treacherous play. It's a playoff type of play. It's a dirty play. A lot of guys do it. A lot of guys do it.
And Bondra goes to the bench as a result of it, and there was no call on it, so we'll wait and see if Peter Bondra can get back out here. Along the near side boards in the Caps zone, Juneau regains possession, clears it off far side. 17-15 the shots in favor of the Sabres. Juneau gets his man down, Darryl Shannon, but Shannon reached out at the last minute and got a little piece of that puck. Now the D are squeezing in here. Juneau turns to the middle. Juneau zigging, zagging. Wilson turned him back towards the blue line, and the centering pass easily intercepted. And the Sabres more than willing to just dump it in. Shannon get it in. Grosick was giving chase. Adam Oates on the far side. Oates left it back in behind the net as both teams make line changes here. Tipped out towards center. Buffalo gets their line change completed. Kelly Johansson sent it up. Jeff Sanderson avoided the check of Tenorti. Sanderson helped to hold it in. Sanderson playing for his third team. Got it back in behind the net. Look at the collapse here. Shot deflected wide. Wide open that time. Jason Woolley of the Buffalo Sabres. Woolley came in on the face-off dot. Nobody picked him up. This is not a power play. Audette ripped that one just by Kolzig's glove. The other end, Hasek holds it up. He doesn't want that clock to stop. We just played that one back in behind the net. The Capitals have had just one shot in the third period. Buffalo has 6, and the Capitals are down 2-0.
That's why I don't remember Dominic Hasek making any real terrific saves in the last 15, 16 minutes, even back to the second period.
This is not uncommon for these two teams here in the playoffs. They have been outshot, both of them, by extraordinary numbers in the playoffs. Brought back in by Rieke. That deflected wide again by Dominic Hasek. Deflected back into the middle. Played up by Audette and just banged out of the zone by Michael Pekka. They wave off any icing. Gonchar back. Nixon Ward turned Gonchar. Pekka reached in, couldn't get it. Played back up to the point, and that came outside the zone before it could be held in. The Buffalo Sabres are leading this one 2-0 on this Memorial Day weekend here in Washington. Right now, hockey-wise, nothing to celebrate in our nation's capital.
Attention ATV shoppers, it's Kawasaki ATV spring breakout time. Over.
Buy select new Kawasaki ATV and get a pair of Motorola two-way radios free. Over.
Roger. That includes the rugged Bayou 300 up to the award-winning Prairie 4x4 automatic.
Choose the Motorola's with up to 2 miles of range or ask about special financing. Over.
So stop walking and start talking today at your Kawasaki dealer. Hurry, spring breakout ends soon. Over.
See your Kawasaki dealer, Portland Kawasaki at 1133 Southeast 82nd.
Remember when you first learned to face your fears? Chances are it happened in school. Beyond the books, our schools teach kids to conquer their fears and find their roles on life's stage. This year, $225 million in Oregon Lottery dollars will go to help support public schools, helping kids rise to life's challenges. To us, there's nothing more important than playing the supporting role.
Well, a referee in the National Hockey League has to be an authority, especially in the playoffs. Dan Maruelli is that.
All right. I'm talking to him, not you. I'm talking to him, not you. Besides, when you're 20 feet away, I can't understand the thing you're saying. I'm just telling him it's the same rules for him as him down here. If he touches him, I'm going to take him.
Oh, he thought his wife's ready.
No.
That's a Tikkanen, the veteran, with good-natured conversation with Dan Maruelli. Here comes Tikkanen the other way. At the red line, bumped off the puck, sent into the zone, right back out of there. Zhitnik cleared. It'll roll in wide, chased by Kelly Johansson. Johansson up the near side. Tikkanen could not clear it out. Sent back by Matthew Barnaby. Phil Housley lost control along the boards. They try and go back into the middle. Can't get there. Cleared up. Bondra coming. Bondra looking to the middle. Nicolishin taken out of the play. Richard Schmelik. This Buffalo defense has been on the money and in the face of the Washington Capitals. Grosick brought it in. Kelly Johansson will chase it down. Quick change for the Sabres.
You know, the Capitals haven't even started to dump and chase in this hockey game. They don't have a very good forecheck team, and they're in trouble.
Michael Pekka! Save made, and Kolzig will hang on. Well, this city is known for a lot of gates, and we've got a tape gate going here in game 1 of this series. The other day, Ron Wilson, the coach of Washington, was being mic'd for a special at a practice session. Apparently, he forgot he was mic'd. He called his players around him at the end of practice, and he said he called the Buffalo Sabres team a bunch of chicken bleep. That tape got out to the public. They have run the tape here in Washington. They have run the audio tape in Buffalo. And today, Lindy Ruff, the coach of the Buffalo Sabres, was asked, what do you think of Wilson's comments? He said, what comment? When he was told, he said, well, I guess Wilson could be the captain of our team.
The same thing happened with Buffalo and Montreal when Martin Ruzinski said, you know, this team is just nothing except a bunch of plugs with a goaltender back there. They blew that up to about 15 feet high all over Buffalo. Then the Sabres simply swept the Montreal Canadiens.
I think we ought to appoint an independent counsel. They're back up to the near side. Audette cleared that one out through center. In fact, I know one. Gonchar bounced off the boards. Hunter picks it up. Cleared back in behind the net. Hasek back.
I think we should appoint Bart Starr.
Simon into the corner, chased by Woolley. Gonchar holds it in again. Simon sends it back behind the net. Dominic Hasek around the near side. Tenorti stepped up. Washington just playing a perimeter game right now, even when they're in the offensive zone. You can do that all night as far as Buffalo's concerned. Sabres will let that happen.
And Washington doesn't have the young legs. They don't have the fast legs other than Bondra and Zednik, but they're not forecheckers. But to get any forecheck going. So what Washington's trying to do, watch. They're going to try and carry it across the line. They've been doing that the whole period. There's Bellows with an attempt to dump that got in. Let's see if they get out. Most of the time they're getting turned back to the blue line. They're playing right into Buffalo's game right now.
Yep. Able to hold it in here, looking for the centering pass as Washington was changing up. Ricky gunned it back the other way. Oates for Juno. Johansson picks it up. The D joined the flow. Back for Bellows. Bellows tries a wraparound. Can't get it there. Chased down by Smellick. Richard Smellick turns it to the blue. Got it out of the zone. Pekka left it near side. Set back in by Matthew Barnaby. Played behind the net. Colzig left it. Kelly Johansson. Buffalo making very quick line changes with 5:47 to go here in this period. Joey Juno brings it in. Juno. Oates was up front along with Bellows. Oates along the near side. Pinned up, still had the puck. Tipped away to Joey Juno. Juno spun around, lost his stick. Can't control the puck. Held in at the point. Shot there is blocked out by Audette. Donald Audette blocking Housley's shot. Audette on Housley, who stands him up. Got by him, shoots, deflected away by Colzig. Housley goes down. On top of him, Audette, no call. Cleared out of the zone. Wow. Zednik, ouch, hit on the far side on Richard Zednik that time, who got leveled. Capitals in their own end. Mark Tenorti. Tenorti to Todd Krieger. Can't handle a pass. Buffalo now with only 4:58 to go. Get it to the red, dump it in. Just like that.
They don't have to be told twice either. They understand the benefits of doing that right now.
You're going to force the Capitals to skate the full length of the ice to have an offensive opportunity. Michael Pavanka, since going down with that hit on the boards, has he been back out there on the ice?
Woolley?
Jason Woolley, rather. On the far side, cleared out Dixon Ward. Gonchar's got it. Gonchar drops it back for Tenorti. Tenorti sent it ahead. Krieger tipped it in, lost control. Sent right back out Daryl Shannon. Ward on the left side. Instead, they come near side. Verada, his shot, blocked into the corner. Mark Tenorti came out and blocked it. Pavanka back in behind the net. Penalty coming. Stare down going on. Not done yet. Verada's been the center of all kinds of I've got you under my skin activity here. This time it was with Mark Tenorti.
Gary, Mark Tenorti got a straight poke in the face from Vaclav Verada. And Dan Morelli didn't see it, and he's got two eyes out there, and there's a lot of action. So this isn't a problem with Dan Morelli. More a problem with Mark Tenorti. He retaliated, and he's going to eat up more of the clock.
Announcing new savings from the new Dodge, with up to $1,000 extra cash back on select Dodge cars, trucks, and caravans. That's up to $1,000 in addition to existing incentives, so you could save as much as $2,000. It's our way of thanking loyal Dodge owners and welcoming new ones, because this bonus offer is open to select Ford and GM owners too, but only for a limited time. The Dodge Owners Bonus. New savings from the new Dodge.
Coffee, 9 p.m., $12. Thai food, 11 p.m., $65. Color copies, 2 a.m., $320. Eye drops, mouthwash, 5 a.m., $10. Creating the perfect presentation overnight, priceless. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard Business Card. Accepted for everything you need to get the job done.
Here's Here's what happened in this last sequence. Watch Tenorti's face. He got cross-checked right in the nose and the mouth by Vaclav Varada. He went back and cross-checked him in the back. Tenorti is the only guy that is off the ice. So 2 more minutes. The Capitals have to play shorthanded. When this expires, this penalty kill, if Buffalo doesn't score, they're just going to have 2 minutes left in the game.
This is the 7th power play of the game for the Buffalo Sabres. They have not converted on any of the previous 6. The last 4 penalties have all gone against Washington when they've been trailing. Tenorti's cross-checking at 15:46. Right now, Buffalo, they'll just take the advantage. Bouncing puck. Dominic Hasek played it in behind the net. Jason Woolley. They've added some assists on the 2 goals that came at the start of the second period. Grosek, Barnaby gets an assist on that one at 31 seconds. And on Satan's goal, Holzinger and Woolley at a minute 55 pick up the assist. Sabres have the 2-0 lead. Our head and shoulders storyline. 6th goal of the playoffs for Grosek. Satan, first even strength point of the playoffs he's had. And the Sabres, penalty killing 5 for 5. They've given up 27 of the last 28. They've not given up a power play goal.
Our head and shoulders replay is about discipline and frustration and physical play. The Varada poke right into the face of Mark Tenorti, followed by the cross-check coming back. The tone has been set for game 2 pretty well. The Capitals, I mean, Dominic Hasek still hasn't been tested. I mean, has he made anything good? He hasn't had to make a good save in about 24 minutes going back to the second period.
Nope, he's just watching. Curtis Brown sent it in. Bolzig looking behind the net as Curtis Brown chased it down. What a game Curtis Brown has played here tonight. Shannon the shot, and that's deflected. That went off Adam Oates' stick. Adam Oates came back to pick it up. Oates jammed it around the far side. 3 minutes left to go in this game. 46 remaining on the power play opportunity. Shots are 20-16 favor the Sabres. Joey Juneau, short-handed. There's one. Hasek, short-handed save on Juneau. It was straight on. Nevertheless, a good shot.
You know what? That is only Washington's second scoring chance. Right, Randy? Second scoring chance in the second and third period combined.
Wow. Not going to get anything with those kinds of numbers. Cleared around the near side. 2:30 left to go in the third. Dixon Ward, power play still underway here for the Sabres. 13 seconds left on it. Gonchar got it around the boards, not out. Gitnick stepped up to help hold it in. Both checked away by Gonchar. Good play by Gonchar. He went back to get that, driving Dixon Ward right off the side of the net. That one ripped from the point wide by Gitnick.
Lindy Ruff taking no chances with his checking line on the power play.
Brought back up Krieger. His shot save made. Dominic Hasek. Deep rebound. Power play's over. Centering pass. Didn't get there. Cleared ahead by Dixon Ward. Gonchar intercepts back to 5-on-5. Out through center. Bellows kicks it in. Will be offside. No whistle because the Sabres clear it out. Keep that clock running. Kalle Johansson. Johansson drops it deep in his own end. Minute 43 left to go here in the game. Hasek looking for the shutout. Sabres have the 2-0 lead. Dominic Hasek has 2 career playoff shutouts. He had 13 regular season shutouts this year. And Dominic Hasek got a chance on another one. Remember, these Buffalo Sabres have won 7 consecutive. Bondra trying to wrap around. There goes the net as he got driven off the back of it. Empty net at the other end. The Washington Capitals have pulled Olaf Kolzig. And Dominic Hasek, playing in Washington, either in the old Cap Center or here at the new MCI Center, has had everything or nothing.
It's been really good and really bad. He's allowed 6 goals once, 5 goals twice, and then he drops right down to allowing 1 goal twice, and he's got 2 shutouts here. 7 games all over the place. Tonight, he's the good guy. And Olaf Kolzig has no offensive support. This is about as good a chance as the Capitals have had in a couple of periods. It is from Joey Juneau. Pretty good shot, but it was right at Hasek. After that, he made a pretty good pad save. It looked like it might have had some movement on it. Might have dropped a little bit.
Minute 17 left to go. He's shutting out a Washington team averaging 3 goals a game in the playoffs. Looking for his first shutout of this year's playoffs. 2 previous career playoff shutouts. Hasek 14-12 in his career in the playoffs, and Lindy Ruff will ask for the timeout right here with his Sabres leading 2-0, resting the people he wants on the ice here with 1:17 left.
one of the things that Lindy Ruff wants to do. He knows that Ron Wilson has got an offensive play set up, and he wants to make sure that defensively his guys know who the most dangerous player is on the ice. That's step number one, and what their coverages should be. Obviously, you don't have enough guys to go around because you've got the goalie pulled at the other end. So you got to make sure you isolate and point out to your players who the most dangerous guys are that are on the ice.
Minute 17 left in game one of the Eastern Conference Finals. Our coverage, exclusive coverage of game two in this series. The Sabres and the Washington Capitals will continue on Monday. The battle of the goaltenders will be renewed. Dominik Hasek and Olaf Kolzig. The Dominator winning this one. Godzilla's losing the battle. But this is only game one. Gonchars had 3 penalties here in this game. He's had one guy go around him and create an offensive scoring chance. He's had a tough night. Housing clears it in. Extra skater is out there now. Empty net at the other end. Tipped away by Verada out of the zone. Gonchar giving chase. Will be an icing call on the touch with a minute 2 remaining to go in this game.
The Washington Caps have the right guy for the draw with Adam Oates. Really, in the playoffs, the Buffalo Sabres were around 40%. The Washington Capitals about 53% winning percentage, and Adam Oates is just the champ in the playoffs. He has just done a great job for the Washington Caps. Not only that, he's very tricky and creative. So we'll see where this lineup puts him here. He's going to be at center. Well, let's see if he takes the draw. Is the Tikkanen is there? No, it looks like Oates will move in for the draw. He's talking something over with Tikkanen. No, he's pulling back. He's got his hand backwards on the stick. He wants to pull right back to Housley.
15 for 24 on the faceoffs tonight for Adam Oates. Peter Bondra is not out there. Their leading goal scorer here in this scoring situation where they need him. Not there after going down with that hit in the corner. He's played 2 shifts since he got hurt and limped off the ice. Michael Pekka, empty net, put it home and missed it. Pekka will give chase, trying to avoid the icing, and he did. Michael Pekka got back there. Down to 37 seconds remaining to go. Washington down by a score of 2-0. Dixon won. Ward and Gonchar collided. Back they come. Housley gains the red. Dumps it far side. Sent in, or at least the attempt along the boards. Nowhere to go. Near side Verada couldn't handle. Played back by Housley. Housley turning to the middle. 16 seconds remaining here in game one. Eastern Conference Finals underway, and the Buffalo Sabres looking to win their 8th consecutive playoff game and go 9-1 in this playoff year. And Hasek had to make a blocker save. Verano with a puck, and it's over. Dominik Hasek is first playoff shutout this year, the 3rd of his career, as they win it by a score of 2-0.
And he will be the first one after this game to praise the guys that played in front of him. And you know what? It will be accurate. Peter Bondra couldn't get there. I'm not sure that the effort was there for Bondra tonight, but he never threatened. The Buffalo Sabres helped Dominik Hasek with the shutout. It was a team shutout, not just a Dominik Hasek shutout. And that couldn't be said during the regular season very often. He stole shutouts all by himself. Not tonight. This was a team win.
Hasek with that final save off the blocker with about 2 seconds left to go. And the Buffalo Sabres go up 1-0 here as they win game one of the Eastern Conference Finals. Bill Clement, Brian Engblom, thanks for being with us, the nation's capital. Sabres in game one, 2-0. Back to John and Barry.